And what's up? Welcome to Thursday here on How We Roll, and welcome back to the old world and the Empire. Joining us this evening, I'm your Game Master before we go any further, as you probably have already figured it out, plus because it says so right there. But joining us this evening, we have our old worldian heroes, and we're going to introduce them to you once again. This is the second campaign for these characters. They are on their second career. So, let them introduce themselves and tell you what their new career paths will entail. First up is Nat.
Hey guys, I'm back. And I'm back as Oldette, who used to be an agitator so she could annoy the elves in the party, but now she is a charlatan. So that's going to be fun.
It's not a huge stretch from the truth there, really, is it? From agitator to charlatan?
Yeah, huge stretch of the truth.
That's it. Sounds a lot of fun. Also joining us is Shaggy.
So you can charlatan the elves in the party?
So I can pretend enough that you think I like you?
Oh.
More like charlatan, you know what I mean? Walking around being all smarmy and such.
Hey guys, I'm playing Matthew Bain Gladshore, the former apprentice wizard, current journeyman wizard. He's an elf. Yes, I'm playing an elf.
He's
again.
an elf.
I was really hoping he'd be dead by the end of the first campaign, but that didn't happen.
No, you tried.
You know, I tried.
Also with us is Spook.
Hey guys, I am the Dragon Spooker, and I play for you Bertilda Rosamund, who is now a sergeant on her way to becoming a Knight of the Inner Circle.
There you go. Sergeant Major! And last but not least, it is Satchmo.
That's me, I'm Satchmo, and I'm playing Catarel Dark Eagle. He's an elf. He was an outrider. Now he's a scout. It's the same. I can go further now. Coming back from vacation.
There you go. It's
yeah, you are.
And, getting back into it.
You went on vacation in a suit and tie? Like, what were you
How do
doing?
you go on vacation?
It was
ugly Hawaiian
Holiday,
shirts.
you know,
Thank you very
holiday.
much. Yeah.
Sash has obviously got more style than you.
Can't get
no,
tiki
that's-
drinks. You can't get tiki drinks without a suit. It's just a thing. You show up in like that. I
You'll look all sophisticated.
Yeah. If you show
Look all
up to the tiki
all
bar in
confiscated.
anything but a suit, they're just gonna be like, he doesn't know what it is. They throw all kinds of sugar in there. They're just like, this one's just a strawberry with vodka.
Yeah. Spook, you're right. I mean, it's true. I have zero style.
Don't feel
whatsoever.
bad. Sash has more style than me too. So
He does. Yeah,
This is literally, I was just masking for it.
He has more style in his little finger than the rest of us combined, I think, so. That's it.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's a choice.
I'm just
choose
here for Nat's bangs, okay?
We just choose lazy. But there we go. Alrighty, well, what happened with our characters in the last campaign? It's kind of relevant. So, the gist of it was, they got conned into going and retrieving a chaos artifact by a corrupt member of the Church of Ulrich. The church itself was not corrupt, but the acting leader and a small group of people within it were secretly chaos worshippers, and they did a great job of basically gaslighting our heroes into going along with their wicked plans. Long story short, there was a huge, big religious kerfuffle between Ulrich and Sigmar, and eventually the wickedness of these particular Ulrichian priests was discovered, courtesy of our heroes. They were dealt with. Ulrich shone down his blessing and cleansed his church, and some things happened when that occurred. And our heroes are generally considered all right in the eyes of the Church of Ulrich and all right in the eyes of the Church of Sigmar. So
we do all that crap and we're just all right? Like, come on.
You're just all right.
Okay.
Hey, Ulrich marked me personally, so I think I'm more than all right with him. So.
Right. Well, and that was what I was going to say. So, as a reward, when this happened, a very powerful thing occurred, because as Ulrich blessed his temple and literally sent down light to cleanse the wickedness and the chaos from it. In the aftermath of that, our players were kind of given boons. Either any that had lost a fate point were given it back, which is a very rare thing, so don't get used to that. That's not a thing that happens very often in this game. It just happens to be the reward, really, for the first part of the campaign, if you need it. And those that didn't were basically burned by Ulrich, and had his mark kind of burned into the back of their hand. But it comes with some pretty good stuff all the time. You stay on his good side. Comes with some pretty shit stuff if you fall out of favor with him as well. But, you know. But why would you do that? He's the good guy that likes to fight and do battle and stuff. And, you know, why would you not want to stay on his good graces? You know, only cowards and people that run away and try to live fall out of favor with him.
Most of the people in our party.
Yeah. I'm glad you're the one who got burned then.
I was about to say, I did not get marked.
So I think, did anybody else get marked, or was it just you?
No, it was just me.
It was just Bertilda. I got my nose back, so that was good.
That's right. You had your chaos mutation removed.
Yeah. I had snorted some warp dust, right?
And
A
he
pig
got
nose.
his
And
Scottish schnoz chaos altered to a pig's nose.
so Ulrich removed
As
that.
one does.
But he didn't get rid of my pock marks, which, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
You're going to remove
that's
a
right.
mutation. Like, clean the skin, like acne, you know?
Yeah, he might have thought you
the
liked
pock-
those.
The pock marks aren't.
Oh, yeah. I love pock marks. Great.
So yes, let's see. No, Bertilda. So she was marked with the Mark of Unity. The Divine Mark gives the player character in the Temple of Ulrich. It will give them a +10 bonus to Fellowship tests when dealing with priests and devout followers of both Ulrich and Sigmar. This bonus rises to +30 when the PCs are making arguments in favor of religious harmony and cooperation against the enemies of the Empire. The mark is permanent, although Ulrich and Sigmar each have the ability to take it away from a character who incurs their displeasure. If this should happen, the mark blackens and smoke causes the character excruciating pain, and they lose 1 wound and 1 fate point permanently. And that is left, and all that is left of the mark is a former black scar. So generally speaking, it's kind of like, hey, you did good. We like you. We're going to have you as one of our favored now, which means we expect you to do all the things that we would like a person that is favored by us to do.
But you guys see where this is going, right? It's totally going to put me in a position where, yep.
So, you know, it's basically, you know, fight against chaos, fight the good fight, do good things, be a good girl, and all is good. It doesn't forbid you from doing things like tactical retreats. It just forbids you from like fleeing in cowardice and stuff like that. So you'll be all right. When has Bertilda ever ran from a fight anyway?
That's true.
So, and now you've got a complete suit of shiny armor, I believe.
Yes, I do.
So you are a walking tin can. Full plate, which is basically a leather gambeson with chainmail on top, and then plate mail on top of that. It's, without being magical or enhanced in any way, it's as good as it gets, folks, for the armor in this game. So, which is good, because the rest of everybody is pretty damn squishy.
I'm squishy.
So, anyways, the last thing we did, we had a one-shot after that campaign, where our heroes investigated and fiddled around in the Dragon's Ale Brewery, which was rumored to be haunted. Ooh.
Spoilers, it was.
And,
Yeah, I was gonna say. Turns out that was all just, those rumors were just totally, all absolutely true.
That's right.
It was all true.
But in a weird way. You know, it was basically halfling ghosts that were protecting their brewery and their recipes, and not quite that. I mean, that's what it appeared on the surface. It turned out that there was some chaos worshipping going on in the basement, and creations of very unpleasant things. And this little tiny demon that was left and locked down there had been doing nothing but consuming gallons and gallons and gallons of wine and ale and all this stuff over the period of time, drinking the cellar dry, and had grown to be a very huge, big, nasty creature. And our heroes found it and squished it. But not before getting several very nice bottles of brew themselves, which I think some of you have got some seriously good gear.
And the recipes.
And the
Some of us have the
recipes for them, which within themselves, a couple of those recipes could be worth serious bank to the right person. So there we go. So after that, I know that Cadorel had left his horse at the stables at the Scholar's Inn. So I'm going to take a little poetic license and assume that that's where you guys are currently hanging out and recuperating, because it's a very nice establishment. It's a little up end. You've got some coin now. His horse is there anyway, so you had to go there to pick it up. So you might as well have just, we'll crash here for a day or two. And that's kind of where we're going to start out our campaign tonight. So let's begin inside that tavern. There we go. I hear tavern noises. And let me go ahead and pull back these covers. And here is where you guys are, right here at the Scholar's Inn. Okay. Yeah, you're here. You're kind of chilling out. You're recuperating. Did anybody have any wounds down?
It seems likely that we would have some moon.
I don't recall, but needless to say, you guys will have been here as long as it's taken to rest up. So you may have crashed here a day or two. Bottom line is, everybody make sure you're on full wounds, because you will need them. Did I say that out loud? But yeah, go ahead and make sure you're all on full. Okay. So, as you are all sitting around your table, probably, I want to do it in the morning or the afternoon or the evening. Probably the evening, after a nice, big, full evening meal, couple of good bevies. A somewhat kerfuffled Professor Albrecht Zweistein, who was from the Collegium Theologica, if you recall, comes running in with a big armful of scrolls and papers that he can barely hold. And like, as he comes into the door and he starts looking around, one drops on the floor, he bends over to pick it up. As soon as he straightens up, another one drops. And it's like, you know, what happens when you grab a big bundle of laundry out of the dryer and try to manhandle it all without putting it in a basket. And as you walk across the room, a sock drops and you pick it up and then... You know how it is. Anyway, so I speak from experience. Eventually his eyes kind of like, stop and go all big and bright when he sees you guys. And attempting to raise one hand and dropping 3 more scrolls as he does so, and reminding him, and he has to bend over and pick them back up. And finally, as he kind of like does this amazing balancing act with the scrolls all bundled up under his chin and in his arms and under his arms and between his legs, he somehow maneuvers his way over to your table and then drops a big pile of literature and scrolls and paper on the table. He says, thank goodness you're still here. I have been sent by the High Capillary of Sigma, Werner Stolz, to find you. You see, after you successfully returned the brass skull, and we made sure that it was properly put away, a priest, an elderly priest that was visiting the temple, overheard the story, and seemed to remember something about this particular thing. So he gave us some hindsight, as it were, that all may not be as simple as we once thought. with this in mind, I was sent to do some research. And I am found very many things that I need to bring to your attention. Now, first of all, after the recent situation with the Order Federales, our 3 witch hunter friends left the city 2 days ago on a very important mission, which I cannot discuss and can't anyway because I don't know the details of it. It was kept very secret, but I was told to tell you that they are not available. In their absence, I am afraid that once again the Empire needs your assistance. I know it would have been very convenient if I'd have come 2 days ago and you could have dumped all this on the Order Federales, but they already left. So, too bad. But, it is also in your very best interest. Let me explain. Now, let me see. And he starts to root through all of the different scrolls. And, oh, no, that's not it. Nope, that's... And then finally he rolls one out. And we will pop a handout up here for you to see the scroll.
While he's like rummaging through,
Okay.
Oldette's gonna lean over to Bertilda and just be like, I hate this city.
But it's a
Never
fun
an end of
place.
things to do. You never get bored.
Yeah, and
Yes,
I
that's
like
the
this
problem.
guy. As much as I hate this city, I like this guy.
Hey, Gore, is this the same professor we met who had like pea-covered
Yeah.
sheets and stuff? That was the same who we left what we thought was the... Right? He gave us the head without realizing it was the head?
Yes.
That was that professor
Yes.
guy? Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of sort of been fairly consistent with being reliable.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Okay.
Oldette just doesn't like being conscripted into things like she has been since she stepped foot in this
Since we
city.
got here, well,
Yeah.
before we got here, really.
She's a little upset by all this.
So he puts it, he goes, aha, here it is. He says, so, this is what it says. The red flare, proud and merciless, the child of corn spat in his father's eye. The blood god drained his husk, but the essence of the red flare survives. He still lives in the brass skull. He still lives in the dagger of Yul Kacham, and he still lives in the chalice of wrath. Trapped and bound, he craves blood. The red flare will rise again. Now, what does this tell you? And he looks at you eagerly, like,
There's a dagger in a cup.
precisely! You have found, and we have secured, one part of the red flare's essence in the brass skull. But unfortunately, what that tells us also is there are 2 more artifacts out there. And they must be found, and we must stop any other careless agents from acquiring them. He says, now, also, in my research, I also found some fragments from an old diary. Now, where is this? I ripped out the page. Oh, and he starts again. No, here it is. And then he throws and kind of like rolls out another piece of parchment. And he says, this one says, my contacts in the capital tell me that a unidentified relic has been brought to Altdorf by one of our rivals. From the brief description, it sounds like it could be the dagger of Yul Kacham. Like that artifact, this one is described as an iron dagger, inscribed with dark runes of power. Its hilt is said to be in the shape of a skull with 3 eyes. I leave now for Altdorf. If this is the dagger of Yul Kacham, it must be kept out of the hands of the wrong people at all costs. So, we have ascertained that there are in fact 3 items that we must acquire. If you recall, and he kind of like, puts down a sketch of a all too familiar brass skull. He says, It has the 2 eye sockets and the 3rd eye at the top between the horns. All of this makes sense. It all correlates to the fact that there are indeed 3 items that this Chaos Lord is currently imprisoned inside. So, what we also know is where the dagger of Yul Kacham is supposed to be. It is supposed to be in Altdorf. So, as you may guess, Werner Stoltz and I would like to charge you to travel to Altdorf and see if you can find and retrieve this dagger before anybody else does. Now, of course, as you already know, you have our gratitude, and you have our thanks, and we have been very kind to gift you with certain things and rewards and stuff like that, so I'm sure you would do this anyway. But here's the other little aspect. Apparently, anybody that has been in the presence of one of these artifacts for too long potentially may be marked on the inside. Should all 3 of these items be brought back together, and should the red flare once again be manifested in full, anybody bearing his mark will immediately burst forth and turn into a blood flare of corn. Unfortunately, this could probably be all of you. So you need to find this thing for your own benefits as well. Very unfortunate. If we had have known this about the skull, we would have taken precautions, but we didn't. So, yeah, that's the thing. You kind of need to do this for the Empire, which is a very good thing, but for your own benefit as well, because if not, and they all somehow do all come back together, you will all burst open, and a blood flare of corn will leap out, and you will be consumed by chaos, and you will run around doing very terrible things with a big flaming sword. So when are we
okay,
leaving?
so we're the ones that have been around it too long. Okay. I was like, marked on the inside. What does that even mean?
I mean, look on the bright side of it. You get to leave this city you don't like.
Yes, that's true.
You don't like Middenheim? That's unfortunate. I understand you have had a very unpleasant experience while you have been here, but it is not always like this.
That's fine. We're gonna bring Glory back to the Temple of Ulrich after the mess with the person whose we shall not talk about.
Ulrich first, right, Bertilda? Ulrich first.
Always.
Ulrich first,
Okay,
and then
wait.
Sigma.
So, if we're going to find
city
all
of
of
the Whitwell.
these artifacts and bring them back,
Not all of them. Let's just concentrate on one at the moment. Let's just
Right, but
concentrate
if
on
we're-
the dagger.
if we're bringing them all back, won't we burst into these creatures once we retrieve them all?
No, because we will not allow all 3 of them to become in close contact. We are going to keep them all very separate and very, very properly isolated from each other.
Yeah, what exactly happened to the brass skull?
Can't we just destroy it?
I mean, yeah.
We are looking
said.
into ways of doing this, but it's not as easy as all that, you see. These type of items seem to have a very, indestructible nature. But we are doing as much research as we can to find out how to do this. The problem is, it will, you know how these things work, how this, chaos artifacts tend to happen.
Just so you're aware, none of us know how these things work.
Oh, well, let me tell you. Typically what happens is the only way to destroy them is to kind of, sort of, bring them full circle. So to destroy them, it may be that we actually have to put all 3 of them together. But as long as the 3 of them are kept completely separate and where nobody can acquire them, there really is no need to destroy them. The main thing is, we cannot have them dotted around the Empire where other people might acquire them. We must know where they are and put them all under lock and key. In fact, rather than bring them here, we may in fact have you take it to an agent in Altdorf and have it secured there, to keep them separate.
I like that idea better. I don't think we should bring it anywhere near any of the other
unfortunately, as you have recently seen, sometimes the people we think we can trust turns out to be that we cannot trust them very much at all. So until we are 100% sure of who can be trusted, we don't know exactly who we will tell you to take it to at this point. First thing to do, however, is get your hands on the dagger.
Yeah, just easy, like that.
How much do we know
successfully
about...
acquired the brass, you successfully acquired the brass skull, so I'm sure you'll successfully acquire the dagger.
You do think we should not actually put our hands on this thing, right?
See, that was what I was going to
I wouldn't. I certainly wouldn't touch it if I was you. No.
That was my concern.
Because we didn't know a whole lot about the skull when we found it neither.
And this is the wonderful thing. Now we know much more, you see. Now we know about these things.
Yeah, but see, the skull tried to get it, like, talk to us and whatnot.
And the dagger may do this too. So you mustn't talk to it. If it tries to talk to you, you say no, ignore it.
Wouldn't saying no acknowledge it. Sorry. So who...
Well, you
who
kind
is
of are
this,
telling the truth there. Just ignore it.
Do we have a lead once we get to Altdorf? Is there or do we just kind of guess around?
The answer to the question is, we don't really have a whole lot to go on, but
I mean, maybe it kind of works like, since we've been around one of them, we'll get all tingly when we're close to one of the others, or
maybe someone else will just be going insane because they've been exposed to it, and we can just...
Oh, you don't think we'll have to deal with another crazy high priest?
Well, I'm more inclined to think that if we get there, someone will get murdered and we'll witness it, or hear of it and investigate, and then go.
I mean, I'd rather not.
Fight some Skaven and find this, and it'll lead me to that.
It doesn't happen to be an old man having dreams, does there?
No, but we do have one suggestion of a person that you may seek once you get there. And hopefully he may have more information. But before I give you that, do you recall what happened when you burst in to the Temple of Ulrich, and there was a big battle, and they were trying to summon a thing.
I don't remember much. I got knocked out kind of early.
I see. Do you recall that this thing began to manifest, but you did stop it?
Yes.
Well, they did. And I want to point at both Bardette and Bertilda.
So we do know that the Red Flare is also known by his princely name of Zathrodox. And Zathrodox...
So the what now?
The entity, the Red Flare, the entity that is divided into the three artifacts. His spirit resides in all three of them. A third of his spirit is in the brass skull, which you found. A third of his...
I thought it was just about corn. Man, this stuff's getting confusing.
No, okay. It is about corn. He is a chosen of corn. It is not corn himself, you understand, but he is a prince of corn.
Oh,
like a lord, a chaos lord. Very, very powerful. Very, 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 very dangerous.
But he's not corn.
He is not corn himself.
Okay,
so
no. we're okay.
Yeah, it's not the actual god corn. Dear me, no.
We wouldn't survive.
Well, here's the thing. The god corn we know is free and spreading his wickedness. He is clearly not trapped inside 3 artifacts. But Zathrodox is. We think. Because, you see, there was a certain part of the summoning. Yes, it didn't fully manifest, but there was a part of the summoning. He began to manifest. We are not entirely sure that when that happened, that some of his essence didn't kind of escape. So there may be part of him already out there floating around somewhere.
You are just full of good news, aren't you?
Well, I feel it is better to be forearmed. Forearmed is forewarned, as they say.
Well, I mean, what could he possibly do if only part of him's out there floating
that's right.
around?
He couldn't do anything.
Does he cause, like, allergies or...
Oh, no. He would more likely to cause people to have arguments and fisticuffs and go punch each other silly.
Oh,
which we are not going to do together. I mean, versus each other, right, guys?
I mean, I don't know. You guys might need to toughen up a little bit. I don't want to take all the hits.
As I
get in there and have a little bit of fun.
That it's possible that there's a part of him out there somewhere. Time is of the essence. I have written a letter of introduction for you. It's one of these pieces of paper here. And once again, he starts rummaging through. Here it is. You will find Dieter Klimpfer. He is a celestial wizard and someone you can trust to aid you on your mission.
Are you positive?
As positive as we can be, under the circumstances.
Okay,
Celestial
I
wizard.
would put somebody else's life on the line in the amount I trust him.
Not true.
I'm gonna lean over to Oldette. We'll deal with him with a healthy bit of suspicion then.
Certainly.
Let's just assume on the surface that everybody is wanting to be a chaos.
And this is
agent.
the way to be, you see, because you truly do not know. I mean, any one of you could have been chaos touched at any time. We would never know.
I'm gonna look at Matthew Bain.
Hey, Professor, do you want maybe a White Wolf? You know, and I'm going to take out one of the beer bottles from my bag and hand it to him kind of awkwardly.
Oh, and where did you find this?
Oh, you
Oh, excellent,
some
yes.
ghost stuff things? Yeah.
And he immediately just pops it open. It starts to froth everywhere because it's been shaken up. It's a room temperature, and he guzzles it down anyway. Ah, delicious. So, yes, so it's vital that you find the dagger before any minions of Zathrodox does. You see, they would happily free him from the artifact, and this cannot be allowed. Albeit part of his essence may have been released, but as we said, it is very scattered and weak, so at the moment it is no real threat. Now, those parts of him trapped inside the dagger and the chalice must be destroyed if we are to prevent the Red Flare from haunting the world once again. While you're in Altdorf, I should continue my research into the Chalice of Wrath. If I find out anything useful, I will send word through Dieter. May Ulrich and Sigma guide your journey. I wish I was going with you, but I don't want to. So, hopefully you'll have a great deal of fun and adventures finding the dagger in the city of Altdorf, and I hope that Altdorf is more to your liking than Middenheim.
Thank you. Hope you have fun dealing with it.
With what we've heard about it so far, it's kind of a tall order, not gonna lie.
We've been blessed by Ulrich. We can do this.
We have been blessed by Ulrich. And our contact is an Azir wizard in college, the Celestial College. It's good. They're heaven.
So let's do this. Let's go stalk Google Docs.
Ulrich.
And restore glory to Ulrich's temple.
All right, but you're going to tell the witch hunt as we did this when we get back.
Oh, absolutely, yes. When we see them again. We see them again.
All right, let's go.
We have work to do.
Right,
Maybe get a cut for the horse.
Then, through the southern gates, and a very, very long road it is too. Although it is a main road, it should be reasonably safe. We cannot be sure that agents of chaos do not know that we are onto them. So you must take precautions.
You use a long road. Did you get us like transport, or we gotta walk the whole way? Because...
My suggestion is attach yourselves to a inconspicuous caravan of merchants or travelers and try to blend in. Not bring attention to yourselves.
Look at her. I'm gonna point at Bertilda. She's a walking lioness. You can't blend her in.
Well, then perhaps you can just be a random mercenary offering your services to protect her.
Well, I mean, that ain't bad. Maybe we can, like, be protectors for a caravan or something from bandits.
Yes, there you go. See, very smart.
I mean, I'm not above that.
Now, as I said, the time is of the essence, and I know it is late, but you all look very, very vested, so why don't you toodle off?
Okay.
Right.
I'll take care of your tab for you, don't you worry.
Okay, no time like the
Thanks for
present,
that.
I guess.
I'll have to go get my things.
Oh, don't forget the letter! The letter of
I'll take
introduction.
the letter. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
take the letter. I will. Is it sealed?
It is, and it has a wax seal on it.
All right, fine. I'll leave it alone.
I mean, it doesn't look like it would take a lot to open it if you decided to, but I mean...
Nobody told us we couldn't, but still, okay. Let's.
Could I reseal it? Is the question.
Yeah, we'll just get a pot of boiling water on a stove or something.
Well, you absolutely could definitely reseal it if you had their
The
seal. But it is possible, with your sort of skills and talents, that you might...
yeah, that's all debt's back.
You might be able to, melt some of the wax back very carefully and try to reforge the seal. It is possible for you to do that. I mean, it's what you do. You're
We're working on
a
that.
bad person. I mean, a charlatan. I mean,
Look, charlatan is not bad.
no, you're not a bad person.
Just liberal with the truth. It's fine.
That's it. But yeah, you have certain abilities, so
Yeah.
Have certain talents. Have
I
a way
do.
of
Look, I was forging documents before I entered this career. I feel pretty confident.
no, you didn't forget how to forge documents just because you moved on,
See,
right?
look, I'm wanting to open it so that if I need to later, I could forge a document like this.
It's not a bad
Introduce
idea,
us to
honestly.
anybody.
I honestly just want to hope that it's not, we're not going to get betrayed by somebody, and it doesn't say, like,
Oh, this is
these are
Warhammer.
awful
Like
agents
that
of
would
chaos.
happen.
Kill them.
Like that
Wait, we
would
don't have to. This is
happen.
happy, friendly friends, you know?
Jeez. Like, you'd ever get betrayed by anybody. I mean, what has that happened, like, once, twice? Okay, 2 times. Three times. Maybe
was a
4.
big one.
5 times. Only 5 times, maybe.
It was just everybody that was in power in this city. Okay. All right, I guess we're going to go get Catarill's stuff, and we're going to go try to find a caravan. I guess.
Cad's horse is here in the stable, so you don't have far to go.
Maybe get like a cart or wagon that we could
if we could
rest upon.
We're going to try to find a caravan, I think, to
tag along.
hitch on to.
Would make
Where
sense.
would we go for that?
But it's
I don't
also
know,
like
what,
the
like the
middle of the
merchant
night,
district?
and we've been charged to leave now.
I mean, it's not the middle of the night. It's kind of like mid to late evening, probably
Okay,
around
it's a tall
6-ish.
order what he's asking from us, and
Yeah,
we.
it's a tall order to expect a caravan to be leaving in the mid-afternoon.
Oh no,
on
no,
the
that's
day.
not what I mean. I mean, they're asking a lot of us, and they have been. So I think if we don't leave right this second, it's okay. Like, we can afford to, like, they can wait. They can hold the hell up. Okay. They can slow their roll for a minute and let us
Yeah,
travel.
The knife's
Well,
not
it's
gonna
not
wait,
like
though.
Albrecht Zweistein can force you to leave right now.
Right.
All right, first thing tomorrow morning, Bertilda.
We should probably arrange
Yeah, I think
at the
that
gates to see if anybody needs a caravan. God.
what old Dad just said. I think we need to
Also-
ask around and see if there's going to be a caravan leaving.
Sure.
So if we arrange for leaving tomorrow, we should stay at a different hotel. We've left quite a tab here as we've been staying quite a few days. I don't think the professor knows that. We'll get out of
boy.
paying quite a bit if we leave like we're leaving now.
I mean, you know of the Blazing Hearth, which is the halfling-run establishment that's down here.
Oh,
I
the
was about to
food
say,
there was
that's where-
bomb. Let's do
That's
that.
where.
Yeah, that was the
That's
best.
taken
That was the
us.
best spot. Like, this is all very nice, but come on.
Yeah, this is all
Blazing Hearth.
fancy and sophisticated, but that was all kind of down-home, comfy, great food,
So
good
you
atmosphere.
won't fit on the bed. It's fine. Just
Ah,
curl up.
Yeah. But this is so close to the books, all the across the street.
Oh, we're about to have quite a bit of travel, so maybe pick up
Almost said
some books
hobbits.
on the way out.
Halflings aren't illiterate. I'm sure they got some books too.
Cookbooks.
Most halflings
Cookbooks,
are
yes.
illiterate. Most people are illiterate. I'm illiterate.
Funnily
Well,
enough,
yeah,
I'm
me
not.
too.
Funnily enough, I'm not. So
Yeah.
I don't know
Two of
what you're
us
talking
are
about.
illiterate. 2 of us are not in this very party. So 50%.
Oh, I just
not
noticed
very
that.
impressive.
Yeah,
I
dice
completely
cover
forgot
cover.
about
and
that.
we're like
That's my whole,
statistically an anomaly at those
like not
numbers.
entering the brewery. That sign can't stop me because I can't read.
No solicitations, don't know what you're talking about. Never
Alright.
seen one of those signs.
Let's go to the north gate and see if any caravans scheduled to depart tomorrow that we could attach ourselves to.
Say North Gate?
You'd
I
be
thought you
going
said
the
South
wrong
Gate.
way then.
Yeah.
he
Okay,
said
well then
south.
we'll go to the south gate. I forget.
He said South Gate, Mr. Illiterate.
Stable my
Mr.
horse somewhere
Literate.
over there. By
I may not be illiterate, but I'm definitely dyslexic.
So you're going to leave here
I
and
can
go
read
and
it,
stay
it's
at the
right
Blazing
here.
Hearth tonight? Is that what your game plan is?
Unless
I
something's leaving tonight, yeah.
Yep.
Well, the only way
And
you're
in
going to
the
find that out
meantime,
is to
I
actually
have a
go
lot
all
of
the way
We
down.
were
to
gonna
the
go,
south.
yeah. We
Yeah,
were
Yeah,
gonna
we'll
go to
go
South
all
Gate
the way
first.
down. Yes.
Yeah.
Bear in mind that the distance between here and here, walking is a good hour, and it's probably another hour to hour and a half. Another, like from here to here, is probably closer to 2. So if you travel to that gate and then back here, it's going to be about 3.5 hours of
Well,
walking.
We got Catarell's horse and a cart?
Well, yeah, but we all
You don't
can't
have a
fit
cart,
on that
you have
horse.
a horse.
Yeah, we had to have to get a cart for my horse, which is more of an outriding horse than like a hauling horse.
What?
So it'll
I
more
mean, what
just
time
be
is
a
it
cart
again?
for carrying things.
It's
and
like
or
7 or
look.
8.
At
right?
night?
Yeah, it's nighttime.
Oh shit! Why ain't walking it like past midnight?
Why don't we just stay here tonight?
But I mean, in theory, if you're going to attach yourself to a caravan, then they probably have carts and wagons and stuff.
We'll probably
And
get
they
up early
probably
in the
leave
morning.
in
You
the
think?
morning.
We'll just get up at like the ass crack of dawn and go over there.
Yeah, we'll set our alarm clock. We'll be fine.
I do
Do
have.
they have
quite
a
bit
wake-up
to-
call service at this inn? Like,
At the Halfling Inn? No, they probably all sleep in.
oh, the scholars inn, you
Oh
know?
no, they won't, because then they'll miss first breakfast. It's fine.
Their first breakfast is probably around 8. Second breakfast comes in around 9, maybe 10:30.
I'm sure there's one that feels a little peckish that'll get up before then.
MC 83 months. Take your pants off. Good seeing you.
Okay, so we're gonna travel down to the Blazing Hearth.
Why don't we have somebody ride down to the southern gate to
You're
inquire
saying,
as
like-
to when they're
See,
leaving?
that's why old Det's in the party.
An outrider, you would say? No, I was going to suggest we
He
inquire.
can't do
as
that
well.
anymore. He can only scout.
Yeah,
Go
I can
scout
only-
and see if we
Oh,
could
yeah, I could scout ahead. I couldn't
find.
ride out, but I could scout.
Right.
Hey,
just go
don't
scout.
split the party, Odette.
Could
You're
do
gonna
my
get them
job.
Yeah,
killed.
no, like, there's room for old dead on the horse with me. That's fine.
Yeah,
we can go.
I'll ride with him.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you two are going to ride down to the southern gate.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other two are just going to go and set up shop at the Blazing Hearth, and then you're going to go and...
Meet up.
Okay,
Also,
well,
it
by the
should be
time...
noted, I have like a heavy sack full of things that I brought with me. I'm trying to sell things that we got from a bunch of thieves that we killed.
I can carry. I mean, I got a lot of stuff too, but I can carry some of it. So that's not a burden on your Steve.
I'm not handing over. I have the recipes, so I'm not handing those over.
Oh, you're not- I have recipes as well. Some of us have. Yeah, I mean, there's.
Yeah, not those.
But
Right then.
Catarell, I can take some of your burden. Put it in your room.
I got a polearm, a rapier, a hand mace, a saber.
Jesus Christ.
I meant to sell it earlier. I just got so distracted.
Look, we're
with
going through the
not
merchant
doing
district.
something for a couple days.
Well, I mean, how many days has it been since,
Yeah.
the last
Prob-
incident?
probably enough to like have.
You probably
sold
would have
them.
sold it, yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause I don't need any of these. That's so many.
Sorry, bug just flew in my face.
Okay, so yeah, Bertilda and I are going to the Blazing Hearth. They're going to the Southern Gate.
Alrighty then. Okay. Well, being as that you guys are riding, by the time you get to the southern gate and back up to the Blazing Hearth, Bertilda and Matthew Bain will have been maybe at the Blazing Hearth 30 minutes or so. Depends, of course, how long you guys hang out at the southern gate. Well, it's a pretty straightforward wander down to the Blazing Hearth, so you guys will get there. So, down at the southern gate, there are several members of the watch there, and the militia. What do you wish to do?
Are there any, like, does it look like there are any merchants getting
Not at
ready or
this
anything?
late hour, no.
Okay.
Just ask a guard, I guess.
Yeah. Would you like to do it?
Sure, I mean, we're together on a horse. It's not like we're...
Just go for it. Go. Ask.
Excuse me.
What can I do for you?
Me and my party were hoping to head to Altdorf tomorrow morning. We were wondering if there was a caravan traveling that we could tag along with.
Well, this is where they do tend to congregate. Any merchants or caravans that tend to go that way are usually initially congregate here and then move out. So, if you're here in the morning, you'll probably find any if they are here.
All right.
What time do they usually gather?
That varies.
Okay, if you had to give a time range.
I'm not typically here in the morning. I'm evening shift, as you can tell, but,
Yes.
you know, they take a little while to kind of congregate and get ready, and then they travel out. Obviously, you cannot get to Altdorf in a mere day.
Right, so is it before the sun rises, or is it...
I wouldn't
usually-
think that early, no.
Okay, so after the sun rises.
Yes, you know,
Thank
just
you.
in the morning.
All right, thank you. This is
yeah.
what I thought would
Love
happen.
love how we can count on the Midnight Guard.
Yes, clearly.
They're always so chipper and helpful.
So, just to give you guys a approximate idea.
They should be helpful. You know how much we help them?
Thunder, light. Nice. Let me move you to this map temporarily. Alright, so this is the Empire. You are currently here. You are going to travel all the way down the road.
Oh God,
here.
the land of the dead. Can we not go there?
Nobody
Now
said
that you've
anything about
said
going to the
that.
land of the dead. Nobody said
Now that
anything.
you've said that, we're getting sent there.
Oh well, I mean, it's not like it's any.
Did I say
better. Over
Altdorf?
to
I
the
meant the land
right-
of the dead.
Over to the right is the Darklands. Like,
Yeah, but like the reward is the Dragon Isles.
So, if you look at the bottom right-hand corner, you will see the scale of the map. Chat, I don't think can quite see it because it won't.
That's
oh,
about accurate.
shite.
Let me zoom in all the way. Might be able to zoom in all the way.
I'm sorry. Does that say 100 miles?
This is 500 for the whole thing.
Right.
So
Stop.
That's really
It's about,
far.
That's about correct.
Okay, so that's about 500 miles on there, and if you then go over here,
Yeah, it's like half that or a little less.
it's about 250 to 300 miles.
Oh,
So
that's not
you
so
ain't
bad.
getting there in a week. It takes a little while.
It's a week and a half at least.
So
Fast travel.
I
That's
still
with fast travel turned on.
I still contend that the Darklands is a misnomer, and it's actually quite.
It takes
pleasant and
longer than
beautiful.
that to get across Houston. We'll be
Um,
fine.
All of the merchants are probably closed whenever we rode down, right?
oh yeah, this time of night.
Okay.
But are the shady guys like that one we met on the way?
Oh, I'm sure you, if you meant to go rooting around, you could probably
No,
find
no.
some dubious individuals if that's
Oh,
what
That
you
was
want to do.
thinking like rations for the
But
trip.
whether they would be of a pleasant nature or an unpleasant nature.
No, we're not.
Yeah, I might
Words.
just want to do this tomorrow on the way down.
I feel like we should have gotten the church to cover the rations.
Yeah.
Nobody thought to ask them that when they were there.
I mean, we can just go, dig around in the communion box and I'll cake a few Christ crackers and we'll be fine.
Few Christ crackers.
Dude, you
I
can
What do you
buy
know,
those
apologize
on
to
Amazon.
anyone in chat who may be Catholic. I can't remember what they're called. Wafers, that's
Yes,
it.
wafers, yeah.
Christ
What was it?
crackers.
What was the other one?
No one will ever accuse you of being Catholic.
Oh.
The Jesus, yeah.
The Crutano Christ.
Alrighty, okay. So, what armed with that knowledge, you can go back to the Blazing Hearth. Now, if you want rations for the journey, while most of the food here is not the sort of food that lasts for a long period of time, it is probably the most delicious.
Oh yeah, like I would be taking some for.
Yeah, I mean the pies
first
and
part of
stuff
the
like that
journey.
are good for at least 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, Odette would definitely be like getting the rations that first of all taste
You
the
could
best.
buy,
but
yeah,
then,
you could
like,
buy some
extra
fresh fruit
stuff.
here, some uncooked vegetables, and you know. So I mean, it's some bread and stuff like that. So I mean, it's feasible. You could make up a good week's worth of rations here for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure that we have food for the journey. I would check in that.
Food's important.
On traveling with merchants and stuff, you can probably estimate
They would have something.
10 days of travel total to get there
Okay.
at a steady, non-horse whipping pace.
Awesome.
You know, you could, maybe a little sooner. Depends on, you know, the size of the caravan and who's on it, and the smaller the faster, of course.
Scouting.
So, alrighty. Well, if you want to, everybody wants to assume that they have a couple of weeks worth of rations, then, or you know, or at least a week's worth. Beyond that, you're probably going to be wasting food. It's going to go rotten anyway. So, yeah, we'll call it probably knock off maybe 4 silver each.
Okay.
No. Right.
3 if you want to eat like meagerly.
I don't remember what we had at all.
Oh, I'm sure you've got more than a few silver.
Yeah, you should be on your
Yeah, but I wasn't.
What's the conversion on that?
I don't remember if I was keeping track because of all the money that we were trying to save up for the armor.
20 silver for a gold,
Yep.
240 brass for a silver.
That's it.
Or equals 20 silver.
So, yeah, 20 silver and 1 gold. So it's like not even a quarter of a gold piece.
Because all I have on my sheet right now is like 1 gold crown, 2 silver, and 140 pennies. And
I think you,
Yeah, you broke
spent
'cause
all
you-
yours on your armor.
Yeah, you pissed it all away on you pissed it all away on 10.
yeah, like I couldn't remember if I ever even wrote that down. So like,
I mean, because we were splitting the cost, right? So I'll give you
Yeah.
70 golds. No problem.
Good
it's-
grief,
I
how
don't-
much gold do you have?
no, you. I mean, you can keep.
I
the gold.
had 170 gold, so I'll give you 70. It's fine.
Nice.
Damn, a small loan of $1 million.
So there
Could
we
buy
go.
Twitter with that money.
I was gonna say, I only have 50 gold. I don't know where you were getting that money from.
Sigma conversion rate. Okay. Alrighty. Yep, so you're able to get a good night's rest, albeit in, you know, the fetal position, probably for the elves and Bertilda.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's comfortable.
And, yeah, so what sort of time do you plan on getting up?
Probably just before sunrise, so we can
Get down there.
get down there for sunrise.
Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty. So you head down. By the time you get down there, the city is already pretty lively and bustling. It gets up pretty early, this city, as well you know. So, okay. As you get there, you kind of notice a single cart with what probably you can assume is a father, a mother, and a boy.
a caravan.
Looking around, and you hear, "I told you we should get here earlier! You stupid man! You have left it too late! Now we must make the journey by ourselves!" "We can't go by ourselves, it is far too dangerous! Oh, surely there are some mercenaries around that will help us!"
Did somebody say mercenaries?
Are you such mercenaries?
Guess we were late too.
Yeah, I suppose so. We were actually hoping to catch a caravan. It seems we have also overslept.
Well, apparently, you are not the only one. But, if you would like to accompany us, you may ride on the back of the cart with my son, Albrecht.
Oh no, I have my own horse, which has no name.
The rest of you, of course.
Yeah, I would love to ride at the back of on a cart and not walk the distance.
Guess I need to ride too, because if y'all are waiting for me, we're gonna be forever.
Dang it.
Yes, we will happily accompany you to Altdorf. You and your family.
Oh, what a coincidence! That is indeed where we're going, is Altdorf. How did you know?
Funny how stuff like that lines up.
That just happened to be where we were going, and we were just hoping and saying place names, and praying a little to multiple gods.
Well,
One of them heard us.
I am Albert Quarterfinch. Pleasure to meet you. This is my son, Albrecht, and my wife, Salindasha.
Right. That one, I'm going to point down. That one's Oldette. This is Matthew Bain, and the one on the horse is Catriel. Don't let him get to you. He's a little sassy.
I'll try and keep a distance.
This is well, hop on, by all means. And we will travel to Altdorf together. Do you like singing?
Oh, Altdorf. Oh no, we were going to the Deadlands.
But you said you were going to Altdorf. No, we're not. The Badlands? Where is the Badlands? We're not going to the Badlands.
Catarel is being silly.
Sassy.
Oh, is this
Sassy.
That's
Is
that
this,
sass I was talking about?
is this
He's
elfin
in- he's
humor? Is that what this is? Elfin humor.
Yes, unfortunately.
It's a little pokey.
He has all the sass of something that makes
Sassy?
sense with what I'm saying. Yeah.
A raging prime of us.
The sass of a sassy thing.
Bertilda
call me
might like
sassy.
singing. Maybe Oldette's. I kind of prefer my quiet.
I ain't really had enough to drink to
Oh,
do
well,
that.
we could do some rounds,
Rounds?
like 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99
Oh.
bottles of beer.
You mean those kinds of rounds? Okay. I mean, sure.
Well, hop on, we will make it a jolly time. We have plenty of food and drink for the journey.
Okay, I'm gonna hop on the cart.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna cling and clamber up there.
Okay.
How old is this kid, by the way?
About 8, probably, at a guess.
Oh dear God. Okay.
just at that age of annoying.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Oh, that's probably
Are we
gonna
there
spend
yet?
like the first part of the journey on the cart, and then like bag cattle around and let her ride with him the rest of the way. Please, you have to get me out of there.
Alrighty.
Damn it, we didn't get any Excedrin.
Well, okay. Well, you guys will leave out of the southern gate. Unless you decide otherwise. Typically, here is what a day of travel with these people is like.
Oh God.
The kid, once after the first day, as he starts to become comfortable for you, he will be absolutely obsessed with Bertilda. He wants to know where you got your armor, where did that dent come from, how many monsters have you killed killed any Chaos Warriors, how many? All
just one
kinds of
8-year-old.
inquisitive things that an 8-year-old would ask. Can I touch your sword? That sort of stuff. Albert is mostly interested in just trying to be a gracious host. So Lindasha tends to scold him at every given opportunity and belittle him. And after a good day or so in the presence of this woman, you have realized that she breaks many stereotypes. She is a very large person, but she is not jolly. And she sure as hell does not have a nice personality. She is an outright biatch, in fact. Whenever she scolds him, you'll see him kind of like, "But not in front of the company, my dear, my precious, my love." And, he'll say something, she'll be, "Oh, you stupid, stupid man!" And constantly
ever
berating
heard
him
you.
in ways like that. But that's okay. And as they promised, they do have plenty of food. At the end of each day, once the sun is kind of truly down, they pull off the roadside. They make a small kind of hooded campfire. It's like a little kind of brass dome that they sit down. They have it facing the wagon. They put the fire on the inside, and for the most part, it shields a lot of the light from, kind of alerting everybody's presence to, or, alerting everybody to the fact that there is a group of people here. Other than that, yeah. Unless you guys wish to do anything, 2 or 3 days of travel go on this way. You pass through, let's go to Mittenheim. You will pass through the familiar towns of Schnoggenhagen and Grubenreit, which is where you kind of went off, and then down to Malstead, where you went off into the woods to find the Chaos Artifact. But then after that, down to Saturn, Delbers, and you will keep traveling all the way down the main road in that direction. Each town is kind of spread out to where the first night you get to stay in Schoggenhagen. The next night you're on the road. The third night is in Malstead, and it tends to be like a full day between towns. But with a good push, you can kind of make each town. So a lot of the time, you're getting to stay in towns. It can be expensive, so they tend to stay with the cart. And, they just buy horse food and things like that. But, anyway. So, yeah, the first couple of days go. You leave Grubentrike the next morning, and you're traveling. The next town that you would be reaching is Malstead. Albrecht tells you that it is a fairly long trip to get to Malstead, but you can achieve it. It'll be fairly late when you get there, but you can get there tonight. So, with that being said, early that evening, on the road to Malstead, let's do a thing.
Oh no.
I love things.
So are you actually scouting ahead any, or are you staying with the wagon?
I'd be scouting ahead a little bit.
Okay.
Not a terrible ton, but quite a bit.
And the rest of you, I'm assuming, are on the... Oh, I don't need walking version of you. Okay. There we go.
Oh no, Matthew Bang, you fell off the bag.
Goodbye.
Oh no.
Where's Bertilda? Is she under the cart?
Yeah, she's
I'm
right
on
here.
it. I know I kind of blend in with the cart because of my hair, but
Bertilda's there.
I
don't-
can't see
I don't see
either
her.
of you.
I don't see Matthew Bang.
I
see
can only
Odette.
see me.
I only see old Ed.
Really?
I only see Odette and myself. I don't see Bertilda.
You know what?
hang
we
on.
all still have control over Odette. Maybe that's why.
No, it's because
That's
it's
why.
dark, isn't it?
Mm.
And
no, the
and,
screen is not dark.
Some of you don't have... Let me see. Hang on.
I can see me, Odette, and
I need to
Cataro.
fix... first of all, I need to fix who has control over whose characters. So, let's see.
I
so-
saw you drag Bertilda on. I just saw her go
Matilda
underneath the cart.
is correct. Cadorel, let me just have a quick look here, is correct. Matthew Bain is correct. Aldette, I think, is probably... Okay, yeah. There you go. Oh,
I'm just gonna fix this. When I double click on my token, it says Catarel douche hair dark eagle and it says snug in parentheses. So I'm changing it to Caterol, best elf Dark Eagle, Satch.
Yeah, I wonder who did that, Satch. Who could it have been?
I don't know. But it's been on all of them I've ever
How did you
had
walk up
this
the
whole
front of the
time.
cart? Hold on.
Sorry, I was trying to turn to see if I could see anybody else. I can't see anyone.
I'm
yeah.
just trying to see what you guys can see and what you can't see. Something's not quite right with this map. Hold on. Let me see what's wrong here.
Man, I can no longer spy on that's inventory.
Oh yeah, all that's going on too.
Wait, have you guys all been messing with my inventory?
I
Unacceptable.
haven't been messing
don't-
with it, but I have
no.
had access to
You
it.
have the
It's
right
supposed
amount
to have
of gold
dynamic lighting
coins.
on, and it's not. So I wonder why you can't see each other's tokens.
I can see CAD. I can't see the other two now though.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I'm the same. I can see Cad, but not the other two.
Okay, there's Matthew Bain. And
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
Oldette.
There's a lit.
Y'all,
The child has
you guys
moved.
were under
There
the,
you
the
are.
cart.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay, hold on. Well, on mine, it's showing you above, so here's what I need to do. I just need to move you, put you to front
Do it.
on everything. Normally, it shows me what you see, but if that's the case, so let's see if I put you back on the cart.
Yeah, she's on top now.
Yep, that's better.
Yep.
There you go. Okay. All better.
Wonky, but we're all good.
All better. Good deal.
Yay.
Okay.
That kid is huge.
Yeah, that's a big boy.
Actually, you guys are small is the problem.
Oh,
It's the it's the time difference, you know.
Yeah, we're jet lagged.
Yeah.
that's what happens. That's what happens when you get jet lag. You get small.
There you go. That's better.
But
That's
only
going so
until you
much.
don't.
And then, yeah, you need to be a little bigger because you're,
Still a big boy. Funny.
Okay, there we go.
I'm 8 years old.
Oh, he's half giant. That's what it is.
And that's why the mom's so upset.
He's a corn-fed boy.
Because the dad walked out. And now she's got this guy who's not a giant.
Right. Okie dokie. All right. So, Cadil as you are scouting ahead, let's go ahead, get on the dice pane here. So yeah, I'm going to get you to make a perception check, and any bonuses that you might get through vision, you may apply.
I have excellent vision, but it doesn't say if I get a plus from that in my description for it. So I'm not sure. But
Excellent vision is plus 10% bonus that involves
Something
sight.
very weird is going
Okay,
on with
so
roll
yes.
20.
roll and then plus 10. Schwap.
Okay, success. Good deal.
Your elven eyes.
I'm just wondering why my
The eyes are
screen
fine.
capturing
it's
is
just the elven ears can
messed
hear
up.
the
Let
kid
me,
no matter how far I ride away.
do a thing here real quick. Give me just a second. Huh. How very weird. I gotta fix something. It won't take me a second, but I need to do it nonetheless. I just realized why I'm having such a hard time with the map stuff not working right. That's better. Okay. But it wasn't capturing properly for some reason. It had resized itself. Okay. You notice there are some rustling in the trees over here. It's like you almost pass them by, but then you kind of like catch them out of your peripheral. Something moved in amongst these bushes and trees.
I'm going to strategically, as the cart is moving forward, place myself between the cart.
Okay.
And I'm going to be like, be on guard to like my party and be like, perhaps find a formation. And I'm going to basically draw my bow and just aim it directly into where the movement is happening and try and see if there's a target.
Okay. Let me do a thing here.
Old Det would also take out her bow. And we'll probably do a quick glance behind us, like on the other side.
Okay.
Just to make sure nobody's coming from that side as well.
Does not appear to be. I'm going to move you just a second so I can capture this by itself. Okay.
If you would just do like a quick glance behind before.
Yeah, you don't see anything behind you.
Pointed.
And it's kind of like late afternoon at this point.
Legs off the back of the cart in case I need to hop down.
Okay.
When Catarel said that to us, does the family hear us too?
Depends. Does he say it to y'all?
I said it loud enough so that they would be able to hear it, but like...
In that case, they look noticeably concerned. And then kind of look around and like make eye contact with all of you to make sure that you look like you're actually gonna do something. From the discussions that you've had, it is very clear that obviously Albrecht being an 8-year-old boy is fairly useless. Zelindasha, she has a hard enough time climbing up on the cart each night, or each morning, sorry. And Albert is... Whatever he does for a living, fighting isn't it.
Okay.
So, you know, you can honestly look at them without, you know, you can't really expect much in the way of anything from them. What Albert will kind of look back and say, these roads are usually safe. We've made this journey before with no problems. Why are you so scared? Is there something I should know about? What is it? What is in the woods?
Is this guy for real? Was he living in Mindenheim when hell was breaking loose?
Yeah, but he's saying the road is normally not a problem.
The city.
Hey,
screw that.
things have happened recently,
city.
so you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna concede that and just be like, well, given everything that's been happening recently, it's never too... We're never too careful, are we? Perhaps be ready to ride fast.
Okay. He kind of like grabs hold of the reins as quickly as he can. Like grips them in his hands.
Is this a open-faced cart? Like there's no
Yes.
canvas, so I could just peer over the edge?
Yeah, I mean it's got sides that are probably about 2.5 feet. So I mean, if you lay flat, you can get some cover from it.
Okay, so I'm actually gonna get on my knees so I can kind of rest my arms on the
that's fine.
top.
Well, that's gonna push the boy out of the way, kind of like so he's not front line.
Yep. I was
Here.
going to say, like, Bratilda...
Okay, so you want to like move him?
Sorry.
You want to kind of swap places with him, sort of thing?
The
Yeah,
giant
kind of
boy.
push him more towards his parents, like in between his parents, as opposed to like on the other side of the cart in case
Okay.
something does come behind. She's not convinced that this isn't a trap,
Alright.
but just kind of like making sure that he's not going to be the first thing they see.
Okay. As you kind of like are eyeing this bush here, you kind of... Let's see, tell me kind of what's everybody doing? I mean, I know that you're all kind of watching closely over here, right? Readying, like, are you readying and aiming in that direction,
Yep.
or?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the two bowyers, you have your arrows kind of trained on that area. I know that Bertilda said she was kind of moving her way to the back of the cart in case she needs to drop off. And what about Matthew Bain? You're on your knees. You're just going to kind of like, you're just watching intently?
Watching intently,
Go.
kind of hands ready if I need to like reach into my component pouch, but
Okay.
trying to convey as much calm as possible, like, you know.
Alrighty. So you all notice the smaller tree go shh, shh. And then
Yeah, if it's-
from
if
the
it's just
other
doing that.
side of the cart, you hear "Roar!" and like
It's the
yelling.
boy. Oh,
And charging out from the bushes, you can see a beastman with a very long pole, like a spear, that has a spear at one end, but it has almost like two spikes that are going this way. So if you can kind of imagine a spear, but somebody has gone to the trouble of, you know what, the easiest thing for me to do is probably just give you a very quick sketch.
I can totally
yeah,
visualize.
the
what
prongs
you're
are for digging in, so the spear.
Yeah, if you
lands
spear
into the horse,
something,
yeah.
ripping it out.
Yeah,
It's
okay,
just
that's
a
it. So the
complicated
spikes,
grill fork.
but they're too wide probably to impale a person.
Horses.
It's an anti-horse weapon, yeah.
But he comes charging out of making a lot of noise, startling most of you because you were intently focusing over here on the one that was shaking the tree to get your attention. And then
This
he
way,
pops
there's
out
somebody over there.
carrying one of the same sort of things and making his way quickly towards the cart. They're both running at full tilt with this thing, with their spears outstretched. What do you guys want to do?
Oldette wants to turn and shoot the one coming from the opposite side.
Okay.
This
I'm gonna get off the cart.
Okay. So let's get everybody to roll initiative because that's always a fun thing to do.
Sure.
So
Wait, we
you
don't
take
get to
your
just do what
agility
we
and add a
want?
D10 to it in case you forgot.
What the hell, Cat?
Isn't there an initiative button? There is.
Oh,
There should
still,
be.
Cat is a kickasser. Damn! Look at these rolls.
All right, Catarel with a 65. Damn.
It's fine. I'll just stay back here. You guys got this.
Shagget, yours is Master
Damn.
Bane because you're rolling as yourself. With a 60. Aldette
Oh, I forgot to change.
on a
My God, I
55.
rolled a 1. Are you
But
serious?
Bertilda is last, but we're kind of used to that by now. Alrighty. Let me roll for my furry friends. Okay, let's see. Their
That
initiative
can
will
Charlotte the
be
situation, I'm
45.
sure. Oh, damn.
Alrighty, so Cadorel, as they, so you're closest to this one, obviously. As they burst out of the tree line, you had your bow trained in that direction. While you didn't really have anything to aim at, you were you knew exactly where the movement was. So I'm going to consider that as counting it as being your first shot will be aimed.
I was going to bring up that I'm cool-headed as a trait, but no, we're good. Yeah, I'll go ahead and aimed shot shoot the guy.
Okay. So you already have the arrow knocked. It's already considered aimed. So first action to shoot it.
It's you get a plus 10 for
10 with aim, yes.
Oh,
All right, now, again, as a reminder, you guys have fortune points
Fortune
per
point.
day equal to whatever your fate points total is. A fortune point is a reroll of any kind. You may choose to reroll that if you wish. There is your
Okay.
reminder. After that, y'all are on your own.
yeah, I'm gonna, because that's horrendous. That's not how I wanted to start this game out.
Okay, so you spend
Such
a
good
fortune
odds,
point
yeah.
and shoot again. Much
There we
better. Alrighty, you plug him in the right arm. Okay,
Damage rolls, right?
they kind of have like rudimentary leather on their upper torso and arms, but you get to ignore that anyway. So roll your damage.
Here it comes.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
A 4.
God.
Even though it ignored the point of armor,
Can I spend the other one on the damage?
you can spend a fortune
I'm
point
gonna
on a
do it.
damage roll.
I'm gonna do it. Look at
You
these
really
back.
want to.
I'm just
Please
not,
don't roll another 4. That's sad.
I'm doing my best, but jeez.
We want damage rolls high, hit
Yeah.
rolls low, okay?
Well, that's better.
Oh.
Okay, that's significantly better.
Okay. 11. So, the arrow flies and glances off his right arm. He winces in pain, but it does not stop him from continuing to rush in your direction. That was your first shot. You still have half an action, of which you can reload if you want to be ready, or do something else.
How do mount rules work? We haven't really done mounted combat yet.
Basically, if you have... Do you have the ride skill?
I believe I certainly do. That's like a major... I'm an outrider turned scout.
It's kind of a rhetorical question. I'm pretty sure you do. No, he's a skilled outrider that can ride.
I mean, he's an outrider, which means he doesn't have the ride skill because he's outside of ride.
You have trained ride, right?
Yeah, I have trained ride, yeah.
Okay. So basically, mounted combat, for want of a better word, there is no penalty for you to shoot unless you are riding at a full gallop.
Okay.
Bottom line is you just... Other than that, really, it's pretty much the same as regular combat. The only time you have any problems is, as I said, if you're moving fast or if you're attempting some kind of difficult maneuver. Obviously, there's the possibility that you can be grappled and, if so, pulled off your horse. But for general purposes, as long as you have you're trained at riding, you have no penalties.
Okay, so my horse can move. Does he move on his own, or is it my move?
It is if you are mounted on the horse, it is considered your move.
Okay. So then my half action would be to basically continue moving forward to get past where the spear guy is coming from, so that he doesn't try and spear me, so I can continue to be maneuverable if this fight turns sour. And frankly, I like my horse more than theirs. So, how far can I get out of the way on a horse?
Again, if you are doing it in such a way that you are not galloping to where you'd have penalties and having to stop the horse.
Mm-hmm. I don't have the horse rules.
Oh, it's because I've pulled up somebody else's character. That's why. Hold on. I didn't mean to do that. I want this character. There we go. Give me a second, I'll tell you.
Okay. Sorry for holding it up so early in combat.
No, it's my fault. I should know this, but it has been so long, I haven't...
Yeah, it's just been a long time.
I don't recall.
We're all just getting back in the swing of things.
That's right. Okay. That's right. You have to just... We apologize, but we're just going to look it up real quick. Find horses. Move that up there and give myself more room. There we go. Okay. Riding horses. Okay, they have a full move of 8. So, if they're galloping, they can basically, that's considered their double movement, so that would be 16. So you can move up to 8, which is...
the whole map, isn't it?
Yeah, hold on. Let's see. Bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. If I remember right, this uses whatchamacallit.
Yeah, CAD. Our movement is 4, so it's double your movement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's. I think like each one is 10 feet or something. I mean, that's how we calculate like 30 kind of.
No, it's weird here.
It's in yards, right?
It's 3 yards. Let me change. That's why it's not doing it. I forgot to change the thingy here. Hold on.
We're getting a new thingy, guys.
Woohoo!
Yeah. No, I missed a bunch of messages because I scrolled up.
There we go. I knew there was something I had to do differently on these maps, and I forgot all about it.
Why would I use butter? Uses butter.
So that would be that. No, it wouldn't. That would be that. There we go. And I might as well go ahead and fix it on this one too, while I'm at it. Okay, it's correct now.
Okay. Oh, it's yards now. Cool. So 1 is 3 yards? You said?
1 is 3 yards, yep.
So, like, each block is 3 yards.
Yep, so...
I'm probably, like, in this square here.
Mhm.
So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. I can just get, like, all the way up here, can't I? And, like, circle back a little bit.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, again, as long as you're not riding at a full gallop, you can kind of, like, slow your horse down and stop on a dime.
Yeah.
Um,
Then I'd probably do that about here.
yeah,
because
okay.
I can
Alrighty. Matthew Bain. And the reason you could do that, of course, is because you already had it ready to go, so all you did was loose the arrow and then go, yeah! And gallop up. Okay. Matthew Bain, you're up.
I am going to use one of my new spells.
You don't have any new spells.
I do have new spells. What are you talking about?
You're not allowed to have new spells.
I'm going to stand up in my cart, grab a cold wrought iron nail from my pouch, which
Okay.
I'm assuming I procured back at town because we had several days. It's one of the few things.
I would think that if you wanted to find some old nails, that wouldn't have been a hard thing. You could have probably wrenched some out of...
The old brewery.
I would have been to the brewery, to
so
the
I'm sure,
graveyard,
I'm
place
sure
that
it's fair to
burned
say
down.
you have some of those.
and I'm going to cast Limb Wither on this guy, just within range. And considering he's charging, I would deaden the leg, and it's going to pop up in a second to see if I succeeded and or failed.
Righty. You didn't channel, you just cast. Okay.
I can't channel because it's a full action to cast the
That's
spell.
that's right, yeah.
So
You succeeded.
his leg goes dead for 2 full minutes, just like useless. To stop him charging. That's
Yep. Yeah,
doesn't
you're
have
dead
any-
in one limb, arm, or leg on a single target within 24 yards. You may choose which, so you chose a leg, obviously. And number of minutes equal to your magic characteristic, which is 2. So
Yep.
hence the 2 minutes.
and that's it. That's all I can do.
That's like the best spell ever, dude.
Oh, it's pretty
That's
cool.
so cool.
Yeah, it basically halves his movement, and he just has to slow right down and drag his leg. In fact, because I like common sense, he was on a full-blown charge. I would say that it's very feasible and probable that as he was running as fast as he
he's gonna
could, and
face
suddenly
plant.
his leg goes dead, he's probably going to fall over. So, yeah, he's going to fall flat on his face and look rather surprised and bewildered that has happened. Okay. That's all you can do. All dead.
Can I?
One shot at all dead.
Do I get? I get a disadvantage if he's prone, right? If he fell over. I don't remember how this rule works. I remember it being more difficult to hit, though, right?
If they are prone and you're trying to shoot at them,
Yeah.
I believe you're correct.
I was like, I might be mistaken, but I feel like
Because
it
I think
is.
it's considered like that they get
like cover.
yeah, and I think it gives you a -10.
Okay. Then
Good job, Shaggy.
Yeah, it's like the shot just got harder and the guy's on the ground. Like,
yeah, and I'm not a very good shot, so I'm gonna turn around and aim and shoot at the guy behind me
Beg to
now.
differ.
Okay. Yeah, you may think you're not a very good shot, but the dice seem to think you are. So
The dice think I am. Yes, this is true.
Shaggy just wanted to make sure you had a challenge.
Yeah, that's
Too many
that's
kill
it.
steals, you know? Yeah.
Hold on. So there's the attack button. And I get a +10 for aiming. that
you already had the bow drawn, so you can choose to aim and shoot this turn.
That's
yes.
what I would like to do. So I get
Uh-huh.
+10.
You do.
Oh!
Yeah, that's a hit right in the face. Headshot.
All right.
I'm not a very good shot, she says. Alrighty, they have no armor on the head either, so, alright, you give him a nick on the noggin. Good deal. And that's your full round. Okay, their action. This one spends his first part of his round getting up, and then he is going to limp in this direction. This one is still full bore running. The cart itself is still moving forward, so I'm going to move it to about here. And he is going to run all the way up. And he makes his attack. And he has a weapon skill of 40. Okay. A 6! He succeeds! He smashes that straight through the wheel of the cart.
What an ass.
And he needs to do
He could've
8 or
stabbed
more
the woman.
damage. And strength bonus of 3. He needs to do 8 or more damage to break spokes.
Good odds on that.
6. Okay. So he basically goes tsh, and bashes it into the wheel. You hear a crack, but the wheel does hold. It is very clear now of what their game plan is. It's not to stab you, it's to disable the cart, it would appear. And that is all they're getting to do this turn. Bertilda.
Okay, this guy's attacking my cart, and I don't want to have to walk all the way.
Yeah, he hasn't quite made it to the cart yet. He is at the cart, and you're close enough to where you can drop off the back.
Yeah. He pissed me off.
Okay.
We're gonna attack him.
If you're jumping off, the cart is still going to be moving forward. I mean, this cart doesn't move that fast anyway. It's a big, heavy draft horse pulling a single cart, so it's not the quickest thing. But obviously, he is like trying to like whip it up. But do you wish that to happen, or do you guys want to tell him to slow up?
I'm probably not concerned with him. I figure
That's why I'm thinking the rest of them, because you're jumping off the cart. So the question is,
Yeah.
if they successfully outrun these, they leave you behind. So, but of course, there is always a cattle rail that might be able to swoop in. Okay, yeah. So you move action is to jump down and rush round, which still gives you an attack against this guy.
I'd probably just jump over the side, to be honest. How high is the side? Whoops.
Oh, it's not that high. So you could definitely, either way. I mean, your move action is going to get you there. Alrighty, good solid body blow. Or 7. Alrighty. And back to the top. Okay, Cad, what do you want to do?
Muted again?
I'm muted again. So this guy's engaged with Birdie at this point, and that is no longer a threat. He's going to die. The other guy's on the ground, and I'm on a horse.
No, he got up and then slid, kind of like hustled forward, dragging his bad leg behind him.
Because if he was on the ground, I was going to trample him. I don't know how riding down works exactly, so I'll probably just shoot at him again. That's going to be my best shot.
You make a riding skill roll, and basically, I can tell exactly what it does. If you can choose to trample instead of make an attack, in which case you make the attack with a horse's strength.
Ooh,
You basically use the
horses are
horse
strong.
attack stats instead of your own.
Yeah, that seems right.
But that's if that's what you want to do. Just so you know how that works with a riding horse, bear in mind it is not a war horse.
Oh, it's not a war horse, yeah. It's not on the ground, though, so...
Gotta get me one of them.
Yeah, we gotta get you a
I
war
gotta
horse.
get
That's the
me
next
one of
big
them.
thing we're all gonna pool in on. We're all just, simping for Birdie at this point.
Here we are. Okay.
Accurate.
Riding horse. Okay, so a riding horse is has a weapon skill of 25 and a strength bonus of 3.
Oh, that's not great. Okay, I'm gonna shoot him.
That's a riding horse.
I'm gonna shoot him with my bow.
War horses are a little tougher.
Yeah. Hopefully this works. So yeah, I'm gonna draw and then shoot, no aim. That's a hit.
That's a hit in the leg. In the bad leg.
Ooh!
For 13 and possible Ulrich's Fury.
The target number on that is my attack thing is 60.
For the Emperor!
And it succeeds. So
Ooh,
you're
I'm
adding
second.
another 5. 18 points of damage to the leg. Alrighty. Well, that felt great. He's going to love that. I had 12 wounds, of which you had 5, 9. So how much you did total? 18?
Yeah.
That's a 9 crit to the leg. Go ahead and give us that first delicious crit roll.
Here she comes.
33. Killed in whatever spectacular and gory drenched fashion you or me describe. You have the privilege.
Okay. Well,
So yeah,
given that
you're
it's a-
this is a bow shot, right? Still.
yeah, it's a longbow.
Yep.
Given that it's a longbow, I'd like to think that the absolute brute force of the arrow just kind of ripped off the limp leg as it was. The thing lies behind him, a dumb sack of shit, as blood just pours out of his leg, and you see the look on his face just get wider and wider as he turns around, looks at the mutton chop, and goes,
What chop?
His mutton chop. Alrighty. Then he is ceased to be.
"Nice. I got the first kill, everybody.
one
First
down.
kill of the campaign.
First kill of the
campaign." It wasn't the rat catcher this time.
Yay!
There you go. Alrighty. He's very dead. Very, very, very dead, you know. Very dead. Okay. Which leaves us to Matthew Bain.
I'm going to go back to basics, and I'm going to channel for happen action,
Okay.
to which I
You
succeed.
succeed in your channeling roll.
And I am going to do my good old-fashioned darts. But I'm not going to use them on my 11 darts I have remaining. So it's just from the channeling.
Okay.
So there's still a chance I'll fail this, and if I fail, it'll be okay.
Look at all those dice.
Fucking shit.
I love that so much.
I
That was a jump
I-
scare.
do not succeed, so I'm going to use one of my fate points because the
Really?
casting number
No, it
was.
says spellcasting
Really? You
succeeds,
didn't
but
succeed?
Fury test
No,
didn't
the
succeed.
Fury didn't,
Oh.
but your spell casting did. Casting number was 6, and you rolled an 8.
Oh, that's right. You have to meet it, not go below it. I was thinking. So I hit the body for 10. My bad. And
Okay.
yes, all those dice is ridiculous.
Why does it roll so many?
It's just like in case you get the Ulrich's Fury thing. I mean, it's.
Yeah, in
Jesus.
case you get Ulrich's Fury.
How
in
many
ca-
dice
in
did
case
it
of
actually
Ulrich's
roll?
Fury, the Ulrich's
It
Fury.
rolled. You just rolled 1d10, or?
Yeah, 1d10
Okay.
plus 2, which is the channeling.
Yep, there you go. That's bizarre. Okay.
I don't know what
Yeah,
to say,
you rolled
but
a
that's
6
what it
and added the
says.
2, so that would be an 8. Okay. So you hit him in the body with the dart for 10. Okay, he is still up. All dead.
I am going to reload a name.
Okay, reload and aim. Therefore, it is his turn. Now, the fact that he has somebody attacking him, he will turn his attentions, obviously, on his foe, which it would be Bertilda. Alrighty. And he needs to roll 40 or less to hit you. And he will succeed. The blow will strike you in the 77, which is the body. And the damage will be...
Fully negated. Fully negated. Fully negated.
Probably. Good chance. So a total of 11. So deduct your armor and toughness and tell us how many points get through. Not many.
3.
3. All right. Yeah, you take 3 wounds. Okay. The other one is dead, so there's not a lot he can do. And Bertilda, and you are up close and personal, so you can use both attacks if you wish. First one will miss. Second one will also miss, unless
You know
wanna
what? Let's go
reroll
ahead
one.
and use a fortune point.
Okay. Fortune point to reroll. There you go. Hit him in the leg for 10.
Dang.
Alrighty. That is going to be... That's a 4 crit to the leg. Give us a roll.
Nice.
Give us a leg crit roll. You like chopping off the legs of these beastmen, huh? Alrighty. His leg is demolished and he is considered helpless. Blood loss is such that he has a 20% chance of dying each round until medical attention is received. He has to test at the start of his turn with sudden death rules. Okay, yep, you bash his leg. He lays there howling, screaming, clutching his bloodied, smashed, mangled limb. Okay, beastmen. Okay, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna shout ride to the guy. Like they had things to stop the wheels. I'm anticipating they have backup.
Okay.
You see me clamber. Wait.
I hope so.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, obviously he'll slow down enough to make sure that Matilda jumps up on him.
Yeah. If not, I would stop by and.
I'll
get
hoist you up with
Matilda
an
on
arm. I'll grab you and lift you.
Okay. Alrighty. And you're going to pretty much like book it out of the area?
Yeah, I was considering picking up a spear because I can move a little quicker than the cart.
You can if you want. I mean,
Yeah, I'll grab
you
one
can
of
ride
them.
back and grab. You move a lot quicker than this cart.
Yeah.
The cart's movement rate at a full gallop, I mean, if full bore is a 5. I mean, hell, any of you running can keep up with the cart.
Yeah, so I'd probably stop down, grab a spear.
If it was to
and
go
then,
much faster, it would probably break apart. So, you know.
I'd stop back, grab a spear, kind
Grab
of
one
look
of
and
those
make
weird
sure
spears.
if,
Yep.
if nobody else is coming, I would grab the other one. Just because having
yeah,
things
you can take 'em
to
both.
defend the cart with,
Mhm.
and then I'll
Yeah, use them to
run them
poke
back to the
people away.
cart and just kind of hand them over and be like, you know, like you guys can use these next time. Maybe stab down with them.
There you go. Alrighty. In that case, we can continue on down the road a little further until by now it is getting very dark. They've got like little sconces on the side of the cart, and just so that they can see, because you haven't made it to town yet, they're going to reach back and light one of the sconces. Let's go ahead and put those of you that can see shit on here. Stop.
Those of us that can see shit, I'm not one of them.
Well, you will be able to see what the...
Oh, the kid. Great. Can't get enough of that kid.
There you go. So yeah, you guys, you'll be able to see, like, this is what Birdie can see. So you can see you can see that far ahead, Bertilda. You can just about see Catarel as long as he doesn't ride too far ahead.
That's okay. I've seen a lot of him too.
And then
Sorry,
Catarel,
all of us.
who can see with his elven vision in the dark, can see considerably better. And then, oh, we got this thing going on again. Hold on.
Yeah.
Give me a sec here.
Oh, did everybody vanish? Yeah, I couldn't see Eldette. I thought maybe she was just.
I'm hiding, okay?
There you go.
I thought it was possible.
We're in yards again.
Oh. There we are. Yeah. Same issue because I did the same thing with the map. So. All right.
I think if you want to push the woman off the cart, nobody would object.
I don't think anyone would see her.
By the end of the journey beta, I'm getting my tubes tied.
Okay. Alrighty. So, you can continue on your journey. You're trying to make it as quickly as you can to the next town. However, yes, Catarel, you may make another perception check.
I love making perception checks. It's my favorite.
You're so perceptive.
In
Really
fact, anybody
perceptive.
else that can see in the dark can probably make perception checks.
So everybody but me got it.
So yeah, everybody but you. Because you just won't have the light to see.
It's okay, I probably wouldn't know what I was looking at.
Hey, Matthew
I
got it.
succeed.
Okay. And
Does it feel
on-
good?
All right.
Oh, so
That's
close.
really good.
Okay, Matthew Bain, you will catch glimpses of... Where are you sitting? You're over here. Okay, you will catch glimpses of movement in and around these trees yet again.
I'm immediately going to say, I'm basically going to the left, and I'm going to shout it loud enough so Catarel can hear me as I look in that direction.
Okay.
I'll peel off a little so I can turn and look.
Can't see anything past the storage.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to do a thing.
Old Dad's looking to
No, I
the
don't.
right
I already
and
did.
Fire
waiting
in my
for the
face.
other side.
Okay. Yep, you guys are going to keep watching. So, what you're going to see is basically torsos of beastmen holding bows, leaning out from behind the trees using those covers, and
Beastmen.
preparing to rain volleys of arrows down upon you. We'll go ahead and get initiative rolls done, just in case we need them. I mean, you know.
Do I see any on my side?
You failed so far, so no.
Okay.
That's just what he has
yay.
seen.
Damn it,
That's
Cad,
two
one
more
of
than
these days
last.
I'll beat you.
I will never beat you, so rejoice.
Right? Catarel 62, Matthew Bain 59, Oldette on a 48, Bertilda slightly better than last time with a 28.
It
And-
doesn't matter. I could roll a 10 and everybody
I'm
would
waiting.
still go
I'm
fast.
waiting for the one encounter where your roll on your initiative.
And they are
changes
going
everything.
on a 40. So they're still going there.
I'll just quit right after that.
All right. Okay.
Thank you,
So,
Ben.
let's see. As we move down the initiative, so Matthew Bain. So
Yeah.
you are able to call the alarm when you see movement here, and as I said, you can see the torso of a beastman leaning back, going, with an arrow, not like pulling it back, ready to shoot in your direction.
Okay, I
What does it
am.
sound?
They're shitty bows. They're creaky.
I am going to channel again. As a wonderful person that I am, with all I know how to do is channel.
Okay.
And actually, what I'm going to do is cast a. I want to make sure this goes off, so I'm going to risk it, even though
Risk
is a
it for the
petty-
biscuit. Roll the extra dice.
It's a petty skill, petty spell, but I want everyone to know what's at play.
Okay.
So I'm casting marsh lights, and I want to scatter the surrounding woods to the right and left of me with orbs of light just to illuminate more.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
make it where they can see their target.
Well, no, it's so you can see them too.
I'm sure they
okay.
can
The
see in the
spell
dark
casting
anyway.
succeeds.
And I didn't
Um,
double, so that's good.
Yep. No. Yep. No doubles. Double. No double. Okay. Okay, so you create the appearance of a number of distant lights that suggest torches or lanterns. They appear within 100 yards of you, and they can be sent off in any direction. They naturally follow corridors or paths and do not need to be controlled or overseen in any way. You can control them more closely if you desire, but only as long as they remain in the line of sight. You can't perform any other actions while controlling these lights. The lights travel at various speeds, but never slower than 8 yards. per round or faster than 16 yards per round. They last for 1 hour and then gradually fade away. Okay.
Okay, so Gore, my channeling wouldn't have worked because it is a full action to do. I made that mistake, but
It would
I
still
succeeded.
It still
anyway,
would have succeeded, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because casting test of 15, you blew it out of the water.
Yeah.
Okay. So, where do you want these? See, the concept of the spell is to kind of give the impression that something's coming, like, you know, there's torchlights marching towards you or whatever. But
Sure.
or you can use it, you know, to kind of distract. But yeah, I mean, you can absolutely do what you want to do with it.
Okay,
But-
since I saw nothing on the other side of me, I guess I'd put a bunch of them like here, like a line, approaching this direction, kind of moving down.
Just moving.
towards
You
where
want to
they-
like move them in that direction? Okay.
So like there's people behind us just all of a sudden also moving, but also to illuminate that whole scene. So yeah.
Okay. In that case, what you will see then, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of put these here. You'll see a number of them hiding within the trees with their bows on this side.
Okay.
And let me see here. Best way for me to do this. Hold on. Now we actually have dynamic lighting. And I can move these to the shrink them down so they're not so obscure. Here's your lights. Alrighty. And let me see how that looks to Bertilda. Yeah, okay. That works. So that illuminates that area significantly. Okay. Yep, so you've at least 3 of them can be seen hiding in those trees with their bows ready to strike. Old Det, what do you wish to do? Because you are next.
I'm gonna stay here and keep aiming towards this side in case I see something on this side.
So am I on the top of next round then, or?
They can walk, yeah, the lights can walk backwards and forwards as long as Matthew Bain continues to concentrate on these lights, he can control them to do whatever.
Oh, Catterall was ahead of me. He rolled a
So-
62.
Yeah, he is ahead of you.
But did he not go? Did he go?
No, because he didn't see them.
Oh, I see. I get it. Okay.
I was
Sorry.
thinking, like, after being alerted, would I
Um,
then be penalized to
I
wait
took
till
it as
the end
Matthew Bain got
go?
to act because he saw them, and
I
now,
get it,
we're,
yeah.
Correct.
now we're at the top of the initiative.
yeah. So Matthew Bain, yeah, you saw them, so you basically got to act. Everybody's alerted, so now it goes to initiative. So Cad,
Okay.
what do you want to do?
In that case, I would be shouting back like, "You need to go! Ride fast! Go!"
Okay. So, yeah, he will start to motion the cart into quicker, or as quick as it can, movement speed.
And then, yeah, I guess I'll just. That would be. I'd have to reload and shoot from here, wouldn't I? So yeah, that's what I'd do. I'd
Okay.
reload and shoot from here.
All right. You can shoot at them using the trees for cover. You have a -10 to hit them.
If you don't take chances, then that's just how that goes.
You still hit. Which one were you
It's,
shooting at?
Probably the closest one to me.
Okay.
Just trying to.
All
Nice.
right. Plug him in the arm. That ignores his armor. Okay. The arrow will strike its target. And that will be now Matthew Bain's next round. Again, if you wish, you can continue to concentrate on these lights and keep them up, or you can do something else and let them go.
I mean, since we seem to be just escaping at the moment, I'm just going to keep them up.
Okay.
I'm not going to do
All
anything
right.
different.
Aldette.
Okay, I'm gonna take a quick glance on this side, aiming to see if I see anything.
Give me a perception roll.
Okay.
Seeing as now you are kind of more likely to understand that you know what you're looking for, and there probably could well be something over there. You know.
Yeah, it was an ambush last time. Nope.
Just can't see them.
Nope.
Okay. So do you wish to shoot at any on this side, or?
Can I still do that? Can I turn around and shoot them?
Yeah, I mean, you could glance over and then still shoot in that direction for sure.
Okay. I don't get my aim though, right?
No, and it's minus 10 for the cover.
Yep. This is a long shot.
It's a long shot, but it just might work.
We've
Like, where's my
survived on
weapon
long
then?
shots before.
Yeah, you can hold your action.
So minus 10.
Uh-huh.
Oof.
Alrighty. Nope, the arrow whistles into the trees. Okay, it is their turn. Incoming! We have arrows coming in a direction. And, the good news with this, beastmen are not that good at shots. Okay, so, yeah, there are in fact, as you see, another emerge from the tree up here, leaning out. 4 on this side. So we have 4 arrows. We're going to roll to see if any of them hit first. They have a 25 ballistic skill, so they got to roll 25 or better.
Ooh.
1 hit. And the last one from this side. Okay, only 1 will hit that side. On the other side, however, as you will now be aware that you are being rained down on by arrows from both sides.
Ooh.
That's
Oh.
3. Okay, 3 lobbed arrows. So, who do we have? We have... they are all bombing the cart. So, Cattlerell, you are not being targeted. Now these things have shot. It's probably a little easier to know where they are. Okay. So we're going to roll at random. We got, let's see, who am I missing? Someone's moved on the, Aldette is, there she is. Somehow she moved up there.
Yeah, she's in the ladies' lap.
I see her. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4,
How did
5,
that
6,
happen?
and a horse. So 7. Okay. I'll roll a d8, and if I roll an 8, I'm going to ignore it. That's the easiest way to do this, and we'll go from back left to the front. As soon as you roll, neatly and tidily laid out. Alrighty. 7. That's going to hit the horse.
Okay.
The next one... 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to hit the woman.
Okay.
And, yeah, whatever. She wasn't very nice, was she? And the third one, we'll re-roll that, because, of course, it's an 8, and we don't have an 8. Oh, yep, you know, here we go. This is why. To the horse. Okay.
Shit.
Which is kind of what they really want. Okay, so she will get plugged by an arrow. Well, let's roll her first.
I sure hope there isn't any damage.
Okay, catches her in the leg.
She
Or-
shouldn't run around like that.
6. Okay. So she's like, ah! And yells loudly as an arrow scratches and cuts her leg.
Push her out.
And
We can go faster.
the horse. That is the body of the horse and the right front leg of the horse. 4. And the body, it takes 8.
Oof.
And in the leg, it takes 7.
Oof.
Alrighty.
Not the horse. Take the lady.
Shoot the lady twice.
She's
Shoot the lady
far more
twice.
killable.
Take the kid. He's on my last damn nerve.
Okay, let's see. It's got 16 wounds. It's pretty sturdy. It's pretty robust. So, and with a 4, so okay. The horse has still got 11 wounds left. It's still pretty, tis but scratches and nicks to the horse at the moment. I mean, it'll kind of like buck and whinny and make a noise, but beyond that, okay. And that is all they're going to get to do. Move the cart. And Bertilda, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna shove the kid down and try to protect him with the shield.
Okay. Grab him, push him down, and just hold the shield over top of him. Sounds smart. Back to the top. Reroll.
Yeah, at this point I'm gonna try and just shoot the same guy to try and reduce the amount of people shooting at us while we're escaping.
Okay.
There's not much else I can really do for that. So it's a -10 shot. I did. There we go.
Imagine the kid is Dudley.
And that's a
Oh,
miss.
that's good.
Yeah. That's really just about it.
Okay.
For aesthetical purposes. Can I
Matthew
turn my mouse
Bain.
around?
So I'm gonna start channeling this. The only real spell that I can cast at this point,
So you're letting these lights go?
I'm gonna let them go, is a full action and a half action. So it'll take me 2 full actions to cast.
Okay.
So I'm gonna channel and then click it for the next time it's my turn. So you don't have to sit to it all because it's.
Alrighty.
So here's my channel. I'm gonna start channeling. And I fail. Okay, shit. So, yep. All right. That's it.
So you channel this turn.
I'm channeling.
I mean,
It
you're
doesn't
aware
really
when
work.
your channeling fails. So
Right. Yeah.
do you wish to still try to cast the spell, or
I do, because there's none of my other spells is either they're too far away and it's not useful at the moment. So I might
okay?
as well just
What I'm
do
saying
this.
is, you could fail the channeling and go, clear your head and try to channel again next turn.
no,
Or
I'm
you
not going to do
can
that.
try to cast the spell anyway without the channel. Up to
Yeah,
you.
I have to because this spell is this spell takes a full action and a half action. So
Right.
So I'm spending the rest of my half action beginning to cast the spell.
Okay, all right. So you're going to cast it regardless. Gotcha. That's what
Yeah.
I was asking. Just so you know, you don't have to. You are allowed to.
To change my mind, right?
Yeah, to stop channeling and then try to channel again the next turn. Yeah. Okay. Aldette.
I'm gonna reload and shoot.
Okay.
But I'm gonna shoot back this direction.
Alrighty.
Since something came from that way.
Yeah, I mean.
A lot of somethings came from that way.
Yeah, I mean, there's arrows like going. You're being bombed from both sides
Yeah.
of the road.
Yeah.
I mean, and you'll be able to see them at this point. They're just, as I said, because they're hiding using trees for cover. They've got like a, they're 10 points harder to hit.
I'm still missing them.
Okay.
But they know I'm here now.
Now they're
It's a
worried.
warning shot. It's a warning shot.
Alrighty.
Oh God.
I've
It's all
decided
dead.
this is where I need to,
I have a reputation among beastmen, okay? We destroyed them.
and we're gonna roll this. I think I can get this to do all of them at once. Let's see. $35, a 3, one hit.
Okay, that scared me for a second.
No, I was just rolling just to speed up combat, I was just rolling all of the attacks at one time, only one hits.
Bertilda, you take 490 points of damage.
Let's roll a d8 to see.
Goodbye.
Oh, wouldn't you bloody know it? It's the horse
The
again.
Horse.
Oh my god.
I'd rather it somehow manage to hit the kid.
Can we fate point the horse?
He'll walk it off. Kids are resilient.
Does the horse get a fate point? That's the real question.
No, it doesn't.
No.
This is a mundane horse.
But the good news is, as I said, it's still got 11 hit points left, and it has a toughness of 4, so it shrugged that off. So that didn't actually do any damage to the horse.
What a guy.
So, yeah. That is their turn. Bertilda.
I'm still protecting the ankle biter.
Okay. And start of the next round, and we move the cart up. Okay.
I would also like to point out that the parents are doing nothing to protect their child.
The
Well,
dad is
the
steering
mom is
fast
clutching
away.
her leg. The dad is going, yeah! He's probably oblivious to what's going on anyway. And besides, that's what you're for protecting children.
Yeah.
Okay, Candelrel.
I really don't want to hang around for this. But I can't shoot and also move.
I mean, don't.
Yeah. So I'm just
We're
gonna,
almost out of there. You're fine.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have my horse move me along. And I'm gonna reload.
You can. So again, you can allow your horse to do standard movement,
Okay.
and you can still fire an arrow.
Oh,
You can't you wouldn't be able to reload, aim, and fire an arrow, but
yeah, but I can reload and shoot. Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I'll do a little pod shot and then when the horse take me away,
okay.
shoot at that same guy. Just again trying to reduce the number of shooters if
Alrighty.
possible.
Doink.
Because this is a numbers game, baby. -10.
Hail to the king, baby.
Yes. Okay. Yep.
Nope. Okay.
Shoot a retaliatory shot into the tree.
Alrighty.
nearby and
Matthew
flee.
Bain. So you're going to use your entire turn to finish casting your spell.
And yes, and it is Acceptance of Fate. It basically will give everyone within 12 yards of me the Fearless talent, and I don't know why it's rolling attack rolls.
All the dice.
All the dice.
The casting test was 8, and you
It
had
failed.
a 14. Your spell failed.
But I will be
And
rolling.
you rolled 2 3s.
I did roll 2 3s, didn't I? That is
Well,
the thing that
Spending the
happens.
point to re-roll it, right? You're spending the
Yeah,
point
if he
to
re-rolls it,
right?
doesn't that mean it doesn't count?
You
I mean,
can
I am-
roll it.
I'm definitely. Oh, I was going to re-roll it anyway because I'm scared.
We're not afraid anymore.
It's too early in the campaign for you to go batshit. Come on.
Nope. That's a 2, by the way. Yeah, it's not any better.
Well,
That's what that.
you got a 1 though.
Yeah.
Yay! So 1
All right,
is not
let's-
as fun as a 2. I mean, as a double. But hey, it's still a thing.
Willpower save, right?
Yep.
Or else get an insanity point.
Willpower save or add an insanity point. You got it. You succeeded. How many sanity points do you have?
5.
Ooh. Ooh. We're getting close.
Well, yeah.
We're getting close to loot. That shit crazy wizard. Yay. Okay.
Well, that was fun.
Batshit wizard. That's the best class.
What's Odette gonna do?
Oldette is going to reload and shoot again. Just
Okay.
some warning shots. Don't come close to us. I'll tear you up.
Stay away, damn it.
I am
Okay.
fierce.
Don't come close to us. Our wizard's crazy.
Alrighty. It is their turn. So, here's what they're doing. Beastmen move quick. They're beasts.
Oh. Well, shit.
Yeah, so I kind of saw it coming, but still.
There's only
really
4
helps.
attacks coming this turn. But they can keep up with the cart at full speed. So
Great. Let's just give him the kid.
free kid! Alrighty. We're going to roll 4. Just the 4 attacks this turn because The two furthest ones are running. One hits. And
Yes, the horse.
what does it hit? What does it hit, and why was it the horse? No, it was... Who was at the back? Somehow two
me,
of you
I
were on
guess.
top of each
That
other
was
again.
Bertilda.
Bertilda
Yeah,
went on the
it had been
kid,
me.
so I mean I'm at the back of the cart, right?
Yep,
Bad-
and I guess it's you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Roll your damage. Won't roll. Doesn't matter where yet, unless you have armor, which you don't, right?
I
Or do you?
have head armor actually, but yeah.
Oh, in that case, I do need to roll where then.
I mean, I'd want you to hit me in the head. Because
Alrighty.
dare you to hit
Well,
me in the
no, it's going to plug you on with a 90. That is your right leg.
Okay.
For a total of 8 wounds.
All right, so 4 wounds.
Not too bad.
All right. He still hurts.
Right. Okay. But now you have the realization that they are going to be able to keep up with you and keep shelling you as long as they need. So you have. What do you want to do?
Oh, me?
All of you, collectively. You know, if you want to have a
I'm-
quick, if you decide, if you want to have a discussion. But bottom line is,
That.
Albert will tell you that it's probably another hour till you make it to town, and he's all panicky.
Well,
We're never going to survive this. It's an hour before we reach town.
awesome. Okay, I'm gonna shove the kid behind me, tell him to stay down, and I'm going over the side.
Okay. There you
How
go.
far can I make it?
I would say, I mean, just kind of like pushing. You could almost like use the kid to push off of, and drop down. I could say, I mean, you could make your full movement.
How far is that? I'm sorry.
Well, it's
I mean, I know I'm slow.
what is your movement?
I think you get.
I have
2.
0.
Huh?
Oh, you're
No, it's not.
encumbered. That's because you probably have encumbrance, but you probably left a lot of that stuff in your
Yeah.
Well, I
Alright.
mean, regardless,
Uncheck
my
a lot of
move
the
is
stuff.
0.
your move should be like 3 or 4
No, it could be less with all that armor for sure.
with the armor. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the armor. I think having that heavy armor is going to reduce it by 1. So your move is normally 3, right?
Gotta be honest with you, I don't know. It
I
says
think
0.
it was 3 before.
It should be 3. The
So
movement,
then,
your actual movement number shouldn't have changed. Your statistic.
You can look at my what I'm looking at.
Let me look and see. Let's see.
I mean, my move also says 0. For some.
The human movement rate is 3 standard. What's yours, Matthew Bain?
4. But I'm encumbered by 1, so it's 3.
Right. So Catarel's is probably 4 as well. Let me see. I'll tell you what it should be real quick. Movement rates for races. Okay, hold on. I think elves are 4, and I think humans are 3, if I remember right.
Yes.
Yep. So take 1 off, so yours would be 2.
Okay, what does that mean?
Basically 3 yards per, so you can move 2 squares with your movement rate. on this
Alright, I
one.
guess that puts me at the tree.
You can, if you wish, spend both your movements, which will allow you to get right up to him, but you wouldn't be able to attack still. You wouldn't be able to attack this round.
I'm gonna dance around this tree for a second.
Okay.
I don't want to get stabbed in the face with an arrow if I can help it.
Alrighty. Back to the top, Catarel.
I've
So,
seen Bertilda
do y'all want
jump
to?
off, yeah.
You want the cart to continue, or do you have another game plan?
Yeah, at this point, I would turn around.
No, it's okay, Baz. In the Warhammer world, 1 movement is equal to 3 yards. It moves in yards.
At this point, I would turn around and just be like,
So,
on second thought, take
what is
cover.
that? 3 yards. How many feet is that? Yards to feet.
9.
It is about 9, right? So, it's around about 30 feet. It's pretty much close to the same. Yeah, it's about 30. 27, I guess, is what it is. For a 27 for a standard person's move. But because the movement rates are different, in this, because you can have movement rates that are different, you can have, for example, if Aldette is fleeing for her life, I think her movement rate is 5, so she can move 15 yards, which is
I'm small but fast.
45
when I'm
feet.
running away.
Run away! Run away!
I'm small but very fast at running away.
Okay, so, sorry, Cad. What did you want to do?
You're good, you're good. I was going to turn around and just be like, on second thought, it looks like you should take cover.
Okay.
We're going to have to fight this out.
He's
I'm
looking.
kinda, like,
He's
point
kind of
at
like
the
looking
spears
in a
with my
panic
arrow.
as to decide what to do with the cart. Like he's so undecisive.
Let it run to a halt, grab a spear, and I'm going to point at it with an arrow as I knock it and shoot at the guy again.
Okay. In which case, then he's just going to stop the cart right here, and he says to his wife, "Get down! Get down!" And she is going to scrabble, and her and the kid are going to kind of
under the cart.
Sorry.
Can they get under it? Like how the ground is? Or...
They could, but what they're doing is they're like diving prone in the back of the cart.
Okay, I can't believe she didn't do that already. But
Well, she was kind of riding up front last turn, so she didn't really have much time to do that. Okay. So they're going to do that. Cad.
Yeah,
so you yell at them to do that. So they're in the process of doing this.
And then I'm going to knock the arrow and
He's going to grab a spear.
shoot for it, because kind of hopeless.
Okay.
Just gotta make one of these shots. Come on.
Trying to break out Sass's wig box.
Hey.
Good shot.
Ooh.
Woohoo!
Okay, as he leans out from behind the tree to line up his shot, you plug him in the thigh. Nice.
Hey, nice damage.
And you're shooting the same guy, right? You've pretty much been
Yeah, I've been
concentrating
focusing
fire.
on the one guy who was closest the whole time. yeah.
Okay, so that would be 8. That's a 1 crit. 1 crit to his right leg. Roll it.
Let's hope it's good.
Oh, it's
Hey,
a good
it's
one.
not bad.
His armor would be damaged. He has no leg damage, so basically doesn't really do much.
If the character isn't wearing any armor.
But yeah, if he's not, basically what it does
leg
instead is
stuck
reduce
numb.
his movement rate by 1.
Yep. Okay. Nerve damage. Okay.
There you go. And Matthew Bain.
So, just to clear up some confusion, just because it's been a long time, movement doesn't need into actions, or does it? Is movement considered a part of an action?
Yes.
So if I move, that's a half action.
Correct.
Okay, so I am going to.
You can
Hop
move, so
out of
you
the-
can move your movement rate as a half action. You can move it again as another half action, or you
Got
can
it.
split it up.
So yeah, I'm gonna move just my basic movement action to follow Birdie to the side,
Okay.
and without casting, without channeling, obviously, I'm going to, and I'm making sure this hits because we need to start thinning the herd. I'm going to attack who Catarell's been attacking, who's right in front of Bertilda and me myself, and I'm going to say, "Thin the herd, guys! Thin the herd!" Just like focus fire, and lead by example by casting.
Okay. And
It'll
you
go, and it
cast.
succeeds.
And it succeeds. So you're going to hurl a bolt. He has body armor and 4, so you do 1 point. That's a 1 point crit to the body.
Oh,
Make his body numb.
I'm gonna stun him. Body
crit.
1 crits.
Ooh, it's a good one. Once again, it's the armor, but he does have armor, so now he does not have body armor. So basically, you blew his body armor apart.
Can I struck him in the groin?
So here, what I'm going to do here, just to
Oh, I
make
see.
this work a little better, I'm going to recenter everybody for combat. There you go. I mean, all the woods look the same. I mean,
Sure.
so I've just moved everybody down. That way you've got more room left, right, backwards, and forwards for your movements. Okay. Aldette.
Okay, I would like to reload, and this time I'm going to take time to aim.
Okay.
If we're fighting this out, I'm just going to aim at one of them.
Right. Well, this is what's going to happen. Seeing as you guys have brought the cart to a halt, and clearly everybody's started to take more offensive, they are using heart movements to shoulder their bows. And then...
Alright, guys, there's like 3 on the other side.
Yeah, I know, I see them.
They'll spend some time on the lady, and then, you know, maybe the boy will die then.
I hope you're not talking about old debt in that statement, since I'm on the other side.
No, the big lady. She's bigger than you.
Okay.
You're a child. They'll go for her first.
So basically, they are shoulders, put the bows on the shoulders, rah! And they all just like charge in towards like either side. All of them use an action plus movement, so none of them are going to get to act this turn. However, Aldette, 2 of them, Matilda, 2 of them have like swarmed in front of you with their weapons ready. So they'll like get to you right as you're about ready to act. Okay, so Bertilda, you are up.
Alright, let's go after the one that's right in front of me because I can't see anything except for him.
Yeah, you have no real light source, do you? So, okay, headshot. He's the one that's on 0, right? Oh, and guess what that means?
For the Emperor!
You have a chance of Ulrich's Fury!
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Guess the Emperor wasn't too happy. But you still do 14 points of damage to the head, knock off 4. That's a 10-point crit to the noggin. I think he has little... killed in whatever spectacular fashion you like to describe. So how do you take him out with a
His
headshot?
head just explodes. It's fine. I've got blood all over me, and I'm just like, hells yeah, that's what I like.
Okay,
Nice.
right, yeah, you belt him hard enough, it kind of like knocks him back. His head's an absolute bloody mess.
Is there such thing as cleave? Or is that...
No, not in here.
Damn. Okay.
Wrong game, sorry.
Thought I'd ask. All right.
Hey, it will be fun. Let's see here. Back to the top. Okay, Catarel. So now you've seen them. They've all charged forward. You are mounted on your horse. What do you want to do?
I am absolutely useless in hand to hand.
None of them are in melee with you right now, so you have the opportunity to kind of move and then shoot.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of lame of me, but I'm gonna like move over here.
Okay.
And
Because this one is pretty preoccupied with Bertilda.
Yeah.
And it looks like this one is probably going to try to hack Matthew Bain, a new one.
Yeah, I don't like that, so I'm gonna try and shoot in from the vantage I'm at.
Okay.
Hang in there, old debt.
I have no
not
idea
in
what's
cover
happening on your
anymore.
side,
That
but
helps.
I'm terrified over here.
All right.
It's okay,
shoot
we'll
him
take
in
all
the
ours out.
body, ignoring his point of armor.
We're gonna come over there and
armor
old debt
piercing
just
shot.
laid waste.
Fine.
to the
Okay.
wall.
All right. 'Tis but a scratch.
Yeah.
Matthew Bain, what you got? Yeah, you can see this one kind of charging in your direction with his weapon raised and...
He's still not at me, though, right? I mean,
he will be on his turn. He will complete his movement and attack you
Okay.
next turn.
all right. I am going to cast a spell, just making sure this happens. I'm not
Okay.
going to channel it. It's a low-cost spell, and if this succeeds, I'm going to hold my next half action for when he gets to me, so I can. Oh my god! Come the fuck on! And I rolled a 1 again.
No,
What the-
no! You rolled double ones.
Oh my god! I gotta re-roll it. I mean, I have to re-roll it.
Don't re-roll that. Do you realize
No,
how bad that is? It'll be so epic.
No, I don't want to re-roll.
I mean,
no,
we could have
I'm
corn on the
re-rolling it.
battlefield any minute now. Come on.
No, I'm re-rolling it.
It's an opportunity.
I hate everything about this game. Okay, I succeed.
Hey, but you're probably out of re-rolls now, though.
Oh yeah, no, that's my last fortune point. I summon a scythe, a big death scythe, and I'm holding my remaining half action for when he gets to me, so I can do a basic attack with it. But
Okay. Interesting.
fuck's sake, man.
Dude, that would have been so epic. I can't wait for that to happen for real. I don't know that we have a scythe.
Just so you guys know, that's what it does.
They can't see it yet.
Oh, okay. Jesus.
How do you spell scythe?
SCYTHE?
SCY.
Oh,
Oh,
guys.
let me put the Y in there. There we go.
It's storming really bad here, so if my power goes out, that's what's up.
There we are. Ooh, that's a nice one. Let's have this one. This one's more pretty. Okay, and we'll resize it a little bit to make it more
Can I
feasible.
turn around and look at it? I just want to see how pretty it is.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's purple and black, and
There you are.
I just looked
I'm
at it.
holding
Oh,
it
it's
with
so
both my
pretty.
hands. Yeah. But I'm holding this. It's not floating in front of me.
Sorry, like I don't want to cheat here.
Oh,
and
is
see
it?
what's happening
It's 'cause-
on your
oh, yeah, that's
side.
right.
Yeah, it's a weapon that I conjure.
Oh,
right?
it's okay. So then I don't want it.
Aw.
You're just holding a side. Okay. Melee wizard time. Sounds good. Okay. Aldette.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll ask on my turn. Go ahead.
So I know it's stupid, but Old Det has proven that she is like fearless. So I don't think she backs away. I think she steps up onto the edge of the cart and takes a shot at this guy.
Okay. So you're gonna kind of like stand on the
Just like she's like
on the
getting
top
that
of the
leverage
skirt board,
up.
like where the
Yeah.
riders will be, and okay.
Yep, that's exactly what she's doing, and I know I'm gonna take all of these hits next turn,
Maybe not.
but she doesn't care.
Oh,
She
damn.
has never cared.
She is brave.
Yeah.
Now I don't get the minus, but I get the plus, right? Because I aimed last turn,
Yes. There's no minuses because they're no longer in cover.
so I get a plus 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really sad because my other character had like a bonus for being this close to people, and Old Det doesn't. Yes.
But it's a shot and it hits.
Ooh, there it is.
Alrighty. Yep. So Aldette plugs him in the arm.
Okay. It's gonna hurt too.
Ooh, it's a
Oh
good.
my
goodness.
That's a lot. Okay.
Hold that.
Yeah.
And I'm
Back
gonna
at it
reload.
again.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good
I'm gonna
jump.
reload so I can aim and shoot next turn too.
Okay. The dude will kind of get up as close to you as he can while still remaining up here, and like hold out the spiked spear.
Oh, that's
like,
nice of him.
ready to try. I mean, he's no warrior, but he also is fully aware that he's got a wife and a kid on this cart that are gonna die if y'all fail, right? So he'll fight as best he can.
He has a kid. The wife doesn't like her.
He might love her, even though she's a complete bitch. You never know. People are stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's their turn.
Matthew Bain almost summons corn.
I do want to ask at the end what a double ones would actually.
No.
No.
You wait till you roll it and it gets to count, and then you'll find out. Okay.
That's
Milling into
ominous.
the horse, that sucks.
Yeah, no, it's really bad. Doubles and
we
triples are
probably all
bad.
die.
Ones are bad anyway.
Ones
So
are bad, doubles are bad, triples are worse, quads are even worse, but if the doubles are ones, oh, it's not good.
We all die instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do what we're doing here. We'll start on this side. Okay, this one is attacking the wheel of the cart.
I'm in this damn wheels of the cart. We're not
Wheels of the
moving,
carts go
assholes.
crack and smash, crack and smash, crack and smash. What's the 3? Okay. As I said, the wheels have 8. Oh, so close. He's like, ksh, ksh. You can hear some of the spokes on the wheel breaking, but that's all. The next one here, he is going to be swinging at Aldet.
Bring it on.
I don't like that.
Don't bring it on too hard because
I'm not scared. I'm not scared of beastmen.
You might not be.
Do you know what we fought in the last part of
Okay,
this?
here we go. They have a weapon skill of 40. He swings and misses. All right, the other... so the next 3 that are around the horse, they are hacking at the horse.
Oh,
This poor horse.
Oh my
Can
god.
it defend itself at all?
It could if it wasn't tied to a friggin' cart. 2 hits on the horse.
oh.
It would probably run away.
Well, it's going to try to bolt, but they're not going to let it, so... Ow!
Ooh.
That horse is dead.
Yeah, here come the crits, man. Here they come.
And yes, we have a crit on the horse. Let's see where. It's a left leg crit. And it is... oh, it's a bad crit. Yep, you just lost that horse. All right, yep. Basically, he lops the horse's front leg off. The horse kind of like collapses, and they're just all around it going,
As you realize
brutalizing.
if this lady survives, we're gonna have to listen to her bitch the whole way to town.
Hey,
now.
it was only an hour to town, right? At least.
And the cart.
Yeah, so maybe 2.5 on foot. Okay, up here we have 1 attacking Bertilda. He will miss, and we have 1 attacking Matthew Bain. He will not miss. Matthew Bain, you are hit in the 69 is the body.
Nice.
Nice.
For a total of 10.
Yeah, that. Okay. I mean, I didn't have. I went. I guess I'm down, or what? What's the?
So what are you on?
I was on 7. Oh, so I take off 4. So yeah, I'm on. Jesus.
Yeah, you don't forget to take your toughness off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot about my toughness because that was
So
really
you
worrisome
still have
for
a few
second.
hit points, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Not very
Um,
many.
Do any of you have any healing drafts or anything like that?
I have 2, I think.
Okay, the reminder on those is remember if you once you go below
Below 3 wounds.
3 wounds,
It does nothing.
shit does nothing.
No. Well,
You
that
have to
happened
rest
to me.
back up to 3 wounds because you're
Oh,
considered.
you're fucked, huh? Okay. It's
Um,
okay. Use the woman as a shield. Her legs hurt. We gotta shoot her now anyway.
can I use my held action to do a regular attack on this guy?
You can, yes.
Because he just pegged me, so
Yeah.
I want to.
Scythe him.
Choose your words.
You missed.
Yeah, I missed.
He did not peg you. I
And
was
no
saying-
rerolls for you because you're all out of points. Okay.
Yeah.
So it would be. Let's see. They all went. So Bertilda, you're up. You got 1 in front of you.
Okay.
Trying to go pokey poke, stab stab. You know what? I can probably zoom in a little bit for chat because you guys are all a lot closer now.
Please, Bertilda, save us.
Let me see how close I can get in for chat here.
Ulrich be praised, for his chosen is among us.
Yes.
Yes!
Hold on, get a bit closer.
Yes!
There we go. That's a little better. Alrighty.
19.
So ooh.
19 wounds while you
For
were
the
here.
Emperor!
Okay, Ulrich's Fury, and this time it works. 19 to the left arm. He hadn't been hit. So let's see. Even though he was unscathed, that's still a 4 crit to the arm. Yeah, his arm is a dangling mass of bloody meat. And that was a left arm. Yeah, so he's like clutching his spear with the right arm, hanging on to it. He is under sudden death, so that gives him a 20% chance of dying each round. Other than that, he is basically helpless.
Well, I have bad news for him. I have another attack.
Ah, he just grew. How did that happen? Sorry.
But I missed. He's lucky. Okay.
Well, he is considered prone after that, so
Get the plus 10, don't check.
that will hit.
Oh. Oh, so unlucky for that.
For 13? Where did you hit him?
Oh, shit.
It's a 9 crit wherever it is, unless it happens to be the body or an arm where he has, or the arm that he has armor left on. Then it's an 8 crit, so either way it's bad. A 24, that is the right arm. Which, so you've chopped off his, it's like you went, lop, off with the left arm, whack, off with the right arm.
Oh, what's the crit?
It's a not, that will be an 8 crit.
8, okay.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
he's dead.
He did.
I mean, pretty much, we know what happened here. You lopped off both his arms. You stupid bastard, your arm's off.
No, it isn't.
I've had
Now
worse.
I'm turning around in circles looking for Matthew Bane.
Yep,
Okay.
yeah, he is dead. I mean, he automatically dies anyway.
It's not
because
dead.
He was under sudden death rules and he took a crit, so he dies
I
regardless.
mean, I'm low, but I'm not dead yet. But I
Okay.
know what you meant.
And
bitch.
back to the top of the morning to you, Catarel.
Okay, seeing as I'm racist, I'm going to continue trying to protect this elf.
Because you're racist.
But yeah, he's the only one with a life that's long enough to matter. So,
The others are
Look,
the
I
others
thought
are
we
going to
had
be
something,
snuffed out in a
okay, like yeah,
heartbeat
but like
anyway.
also I fear Oldette because Oldette can do literally anything always.
I'm just kidding.
So yeah, I'm gonna basically bring my horse up to be intimidating
Mhm.
to this guy, and I'm just gonna, as to not have to change what I'm holding,
Are you
shoot
sure
at
it's
him.
intimidating? You
from
see
the
what happened to the last horse?
top. Yeah, but like having a horse and another dude, and then like that guy over there just got both of his arms chopped off.
Giving your horse pep talks. You're like, no name, no name.
I mean,
Did
for
they do
Tilda,
to
you-
that guy?
Matilda, you literally went just like this. Like, wow. You know.
Now he is in melee,
Oh yeah, that gives me minuses, doesn't it?
minus 20.
Oof. That'd be a bad
Warhammer,
shot.
Warhammer, Warhammer.
Hey, well, you know,
Warhammer.
your two people are going and you're like, hold still, hold still.
Right. Then
So, I mean,
these
you-
guys, are they in melee? They killed the thing.
Technically, they're not in melee
Okay, I'll shoot him in the back then.
because
It
what
seems
they
like
were
I'm gonna
fighting
get
is
up there
dead.
and be like, ah, man.
Butcher it. Okay, shoot him in the back. Now, sir. Shoot him now, sir. In the back, sir.
I don't get any kind of bonus. No, we're just shooting straight.
Nope.
Okay. That's not a good shot.
It's close, but not quite. Okie dokie. Matthew Bain. Side boy.
Just trying to think what, because that really smirted, and I don't want to be smirted. I'm going to do, I guess, a desperation attack with an all-out attack as an advanced action.
Okay.
So it gives me plus 20, but I can't parry or dodge.
Correct. Which you can't do anyway.
Which I can't really do anyway. So I add 20 here. Okay.
Well, it was worth it because it got you the hit. Wouldn't have got it
Alright.
otherwise. And it got you a head hit. But 13, pretty good shot.
Just whack you in the head and then pray that you don't hit me.
Okay, so that would do not. He still has 2 wounds.
Oh,
Sorry, he's not quite down. But Oldette, it is your turn. So you got one right up your left nostril.
Yep. So last turn I was able to reload,
Correct.
so I
you
can,
can
aim,
aim
and
and
shoot.
shoot this turn. Yes.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna do,
Okay.
and I'm gonna shoot him in the face. Maybe not in the face, but like
That's the plan. right?
probably the face. Even if it's not the face, it's totally the face. Dang it. I hit
His
him, though.
mount. So his mount can move 8 if he uses it. Yep. Just to answer the question. Well, you wasn't in the face, but you did shoot him pretty damn hard in the left arm.
You know, it's close to the face.
And you hit him earlier too, right?
Yep. 12
So,
and 12.
We take off that 4. It's a 2 crit.
Yes.
2 crit in the left arm. Take him down.
I don't remember how to do crits. Hold on. There's a button for that,
There's a
isn't
button
there?
for it.
Under the weapons tab, there's a...
Oh, there it is. Thanks.
No.
And
Let
it
me
is
do it.
in the left arm.
It's gonna be amazing.
And it's a 2 crit. Dang it.
That's an armor. So, well, the good news is it's no armor on that arm now. So, and it puts him on 0 wounds.
Okay.
But he's still up.
He had arm. He had
Does the
arm.
guy
Okay.
get to go?
Let's roll his initiative and see where he gets to go. Actually, you know what? No, we'll just say he goes here. Because he is probably going to be more of an opportunistic attacker. So he's probably just
Yeah.
standing there. And when he sees her shoot it, he probably... and lunges forward with his spear. He has a 33 weapon skill.
It's better than me.
It's better than you.
No!
He lunges forward and misses. Okay.
Fortune point.
Nope, MC. Doesn't get one.
Yeah.
He's not he's not the hero of the piece, so he doesn't get them. Sorry.
Okay.
Alrighty, and now it is Beastie turn. Okay. This one will use the rest of his attack and smash the wheel of this cart, rendering you, he's too busy in a frenzy hacking. If he really paid attention to what
They're
was going
just
on, he'd realize I don't really need to break the wheel of this
vandals,
cart
like-
because the horse is dead. But that's up the other end of the cart. So moving down, this one will attack Aldette.
Bring it on.
Weapon skill of 40. Needs 40 or less to hit.
Don't bring it too hard.
And he will
bring
miss.
it off.
Okay.
Look, it's her
we're-
confidence that makes them miss, okay? They're just a little intimidated
Yeah.
that she's this small and this confident.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
It's like when there's a big dog and there's little dog, and the little dog is like yelling at the big dog, and the big dog's just like, "What do I even do?"
That's right. Little dog.
Or I'm
I'm
ready
a
for you to
chihuahua.
kill my
Oh,
character.
thank you.
Okay. So they're all going to charge up. So this one, he's also going to attack he is also going to attack at Aldette. And he misses. What is up? Over to Aura! Thank you. 29 months. Take pants off. Hit the height.
See, you do all these rolls over there with Odette and they'll miss, and then you come to me and it's a hit.
This one is attacking Daddy Dude. He is attacking Albert. He misses Albert.
Ugly.
Okay,
Nice.
this one is attacking Catarel.
Yeah, I deserve it.
And he misses Catarel. This one is
Yeah, I deserve
hitting
it.
Matthew Back.
Yeah, this is gonna be the one that's a hit. I'm telling you.
No!
Oh,
They all missed! 40%
Wow.
chance, every one of them missed. You're so lucky. So lucky. Bertilda, what do you want to do?
I'm
You're a
moving up.
movement away from
God.
killing something. Okay. You're going to charge up and take this one on? Okay.
You are a movement away from killing something.
Oh, thank you, Bertilda. I love
that's
you.
it.
So he was on 2 wounds, right?
Alrighty. You hit him in the arm for 7.
5 crits. It's less than that.
2
Like
puts
a
him on
3.
0. Had 2 wounds left. He's now on 0 wounds. Alrighty.
Wait, he was on 2 wounds, wasn't he?
Yep,
And
and
I
she
hit
did
him?
2 damage because he has
So he
1
did
point
7
of-
damage.
But he takes
Oh,
off his
oh,
toughness
sorry,
and
my
armor
fault.
2. It's
Yeah,
not just
damn
you
it.
that get to do
I
that,
know,
you know.
I was so hopeful. I'm
Nope, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone. Yeah.
so much simpler
So
with the
it
rats.
is Catarel. So you got one like hacking up at you right now.
I don't like that. but also like I'm holding a bow, and that would be shooting into my own melee, wouldn't it?
Didn't we decide that doesn't count as melee if it's just you
Because
engaged?
like it would make sense.
It doesn't count. If it's you
If it's
don't
just-
get it.
yeah,
You
you're
don't
not
get the
having to
minus 20
avoid
to shoot
shooting
into
Yeah, I'm
melee
not
if you're
avoiding
fighting
shooting
the
myself.
one yourself.
I just figure it's harder to shoot a target when they're flailing at me with a weapon. But,
Easier, like
it
point
is-
Reach out,
blank.
plunge the arrow into his eye. You're fine.
but also it's like point blank at that point, so like
Yeah.
aim in the general direction.
Yeah, I mean, if you can pull
get
the bow back and let it go,
Bigger target.
it, then
you
you're
know.
basically swinging
Yeah.
a sword. Yeah. Okay. So my standard attack on this guy. 'Cause I can't aim fast. Damn it. Okay.
yeah, Baz, and you are correct, and that's what he's done. He gets to move. He can ride his horse and still shoot. He just can't gallop on his horse and still shoot. So he did that earlier. You
No
must have
worries.
just missed it.
Matthew Bain is fine for Tilda Ceremony.
So
Yeah, I need to stand in front of Method Base, so I can't move right now for this turn.
okay, yeah, you shot and missed.
Yep.
Good try. All right, Matthew Bain,
I tried.
I am going to channel.
can you scythe this dude?
No, the scythe goes away unless I willpower to keep it because it only lasts for 2 rounds.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you're not, okay. So you're not recasting.
I'm not doing that. I am channeling, and I'm going to dart him, hoping I don't roll doubles or double ones because fuck my life.
Yep.
But I'm definitely making sure that this dart succeeds. And I'm using a dart, and a whole lot of dice is going to roll. Hopefully, it'll be working in my favor because ouchies. Any second.
Okay, but there's that little evil
Now.
guy that wants to see double ones.
Well, you might see doubles. I mean, doubles are just not doubles, and it was a success for 7 on the left arm to this guy.
Alrighty. Which is a 2 crit.
All right, left arm, 2 crits. Okay, I blow something off his left arm.
He's
Was he
incapacitated.
left-
Arm is
I don't think he was.
incapacitated. Okay. Yep. Basically, you
Well,
numbed.
true
You,
evil
you
is
numbed him. You gave him a
left-handed.
dead arm.
Is the left arm the shield or the?
Well, they technically don't have shields. It's just the icon.
Wasn't
So
that
it
the old
would, it
wives'
would
tale,
be the
though?
shield arm. Yeah.
Wasn't that the old wives' tale that like left-handed was evil? So they should all be left-handed and they all
Sinister.
lose their weapons.
Please,
All
yes,
of
I
them.
agree with it. I will Google old wives' tales to make
No,
that
I
true.
think because it was like that's why they built the castle stairways the way they did, because like it would make the attackers weaker.
Well, yeah, because it would benefit. They put it so that it would benefit a right-handed person from the
Yep.
top of the stairs.
That's right.
That's one of the left.
Yeah.
Sinister. No, that's because Latin, but still.
That's right.
Anyway, yeah, I think they should all be left-handed just because it makes it easier for us because we're hitting them in the left.
It's actually pronounced Latin.
What are we talking about?
Yep.
All right, so yeah.
So yeah, for those of you watching, so for ranged combat, how it works is you have different ranges. Certain traits and abilities that you can have will give you bonuses, like in point blank range and stuff like that. But bottom line is, if you're shooting into melee, and you are not the one in melee, it's assuming you don't want to shoot your friend, right? So what it does is you get a minus 20 to ensure you don't. That's how that works. But if you are in melee combat, you can still like do a Legolas. If you think about it from the Legolas standpoint in the movie, like because combat is not 2 people standing still going thump,
Right.
thump, thump. There's movement, right? So it kind of assumes like you can duck under the blow, lean back, and be like, and shoot the guy right under the chin. So you
Right.
don't get minuses in melee with a bow. Only minuses shooting into melee if you're trying to not hit a friend. That's how that works. And Baz, I totally get it. It's the game system is very different than D&D. The combat works differently. Everything is a little bit more fatal. You die very easily in this game. So, yeah.
3 of the 4 of us have. So
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, they die. It's so expected that you die that you have fate points. When you die, you lose a fate point, and somehow the fates allow you to cheat that death. When you have no fate points left, you're permadead. There are no death saves. Once you get to 0 hit points, everything you take is a crit, and any crit can kill you. So,
Marlo
alrighty.
could benefit from some of them fate points.
So, yeah, he has an incapacitated left arm. Good deal. Aldette, you're up. You got 2 in melee with you.
Yeah, and I can't do anything about it. I am reloading and aiming.
Okay.
I have such a low chance of hitting if I just shoot.
We're letting Daddy Warbucks roll at the same time as you, so he needs a 33. Nope, he misses. And it is their turn. Okay, this
Bring it
one,
on.
he is going to clamber up onto the cart.
I want to kick him off.
Well, he's in the back, and logic is going to pretty much dictate that Mom is going to shield the kid. So she's going to get in the way. Get out of the way, kid. So she will kind of turn around to face this thing. Probably, realistically, she'll probably grab the torch off the side of the car, out of the sconce, and swipe it at this dude. She has a 25 melee. Okay, she misses, screaming at it the entire time. Get away, you brute! Get away! And now it is their turn. Alright, Beastman 1 attacks woman. Barely misses.
Oh.
Alright, Aldette, you're 2. First one,
Oh.
that's a hit.
All right.
Second
Oh,
one,
I was so close.
that's a miss.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Nice.
not scared of this.
So your Beastman will strike you on the left arm,
All right.
and he will do a mere 5 points of damage.
Yes, I got my toughness upgraded.
So
That's 1 point of damage.
So you got 1 point of armor and a toughness of 3? Is that how it is?
Yes.
So yeah, that's just one scratch.
I go to my armor and it says I take off 4, so
Yep,
on
there
all
you go.
locations.
Alrighty.
Yeah, that didn't hurt. I'm not
Jeez,
scared
but
of
the
him.
scratch.
The next one attacks Father Albert, and it will hit him.
Oh.
Or he has
Kid's
12,
gonna be.
uh,
Kid's gonna be
ow,
an orphan.
11.
Guys, we should have known better than to take on any sort of protect. We are terrible at protecting
You
people.
don't want us to go with you. Listen,
It's hitting me now.
we're,
Like I'm
we're
remembering.
PCs. If you go with us, something bad will happen. If you go by yourself, the story won't care about you, and you'll get all the way to Altdorf without anything bad
To
happening.
be
just thinking
fair,
about
they didn't
all
come
the
with
times.
us. We went with them. So
Right.
I'm
we
thinking
did
about
this.
all the times that
That's
we've
right.
tried to protect people and we've never succeeded.
Okay,
You
so
just don't have the
he...
damage output to deal with 8 beastmen.
Okay,
at a
Albert is
time.
down to 4 wounds. Okay, Catarel. Over to you, my fine elven friend, upon
Can I
your
go
steed
first?
of goodness. Um,
Yeah, isn't it?
Wait,
Yeah, it's
Yeah, do I get a
Matilda's
turn, or you
yeah.
want-
no, the
Maybe
Beastman
Catus.
attacking Catarel.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh.
Sorry.
I was gonna say,
And then we have got this one. I'm assuming that Matilda is probably all up in his face, so logic's
Yeah,
going to dictate he
intercede.
would take on.
I'm screaming at him in battle
Yeah.
time.
He swipes at
generally being
Matilda.
a nuisance.
He will hit you. But
Will he though?
you have a shield, so you get an option to parry,
dude, parry is the coolest mechanic.
and you succeed. All right.
Okay,
yes.
so this
Love
isn't
parry.
necessary, but I had a question. So I also have dodge blow.
Okay, so you can parry and dodge in the same round. You cannot parry and dodge the same blow.
It makes sense. Okay, that was
So
all.
you
I had a
can
question for.
basically, like, if you're getting attacked twice.
Then I
you
can
can, like,
parry once.
ding!
Try to parry once.
Yeah, that's
and-
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Okay, so yeah, he brings the sword down, but you're able to bat it off with your shield successfully. Doesn't hit you. Alrighty. So that was them. Bertilda, you're up. And you made it here, so you get 2 attacks if you want on this dude. First one, a solid blow to the body, but not too much damage.
does she want to attack him?
The second one is also a blow to the body
Jeez.
for slightly more damage.
He was at 0, right? So that's
He
like,
was.
what, 3?
So the first one did actually nothing.
Right, 'cause he
but
has
the
5.
second one is a 3 crit.
3 crit.
3
These
crits.
guys are hard to put down. It's all that toughness.
Oh, the blow results in serious internal bleeding, and the character is helpless. He drops to the floor,
Internal
and
bleeding.
again, he will bleed to. He has a 20% chance of bleeding to death.
Internal
Nice.
breathing.
Internal bleeding.
Nice.
People call that incest.
Hey, there you go. But for all
Not-
intents and
Sorry, is that a
purposes,
bad
he's
joke?
out of action. 20% chance he will die any given round. So he is good and thwarted. Good deal. Canterell,
You got
you're
him,
up.
Matthew Bain. I'll hold him here.
Yeah, bottom line is, from your mounted position, you're able to see that Aldette and the father, Pater, or Albert, rather, they're kind of being overwhelmed. And then there's another one that the mother on the back is like got her arm outstretched behind her, holding her boy back, and going whoosh, whoosh with her flaming torch, trying to keep them away. What do you want to do? You're up.
I'm just gonna open my flank here so that they can see him. I'm gonna come forward so that I could maybe fetch the boy if I need to.
Okay.
The horse's head is over the cart, but his body is still in a reasonable place. And yeah, I'm just gonna forget about the guy behind me. It's gonna cost me dearly, I'm sure. And I'm gonna shoot the guy here. But that'd be shooting into melee at that point.
Anybody, if you shoot anything in and around the cart on this side, you are shooting into melee, yes.
Yeah, that's tricky, but I like
Because
need
they're
to
all
do something.
engaged.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoulder my bow, draw my hand axe and shield, and switch tactics. And that'll be it, because I can't stow quickly. So yeah, I'm just swapping weapons. Uh-oh. Did I lose sound?
No, we heard you.
Okay. Sometimes my mic just goes, eh. But that's all that's all I got.
Yep, that is correct. You're not rules lawyer or anything. That's exactly what we just said.
No, okay.
Yeah.
It's a chat. It's gonna
No,
be
Beta DM is basically saying what I said earlier is we say that you can shoot in melee if you are
the melee person.
yeah, if you are the melee person. On page 30 in the book, it kind of says no, but we said fuck you and said yes.
I'm glad we said yes because I was talking
But
to anything
it's
else.
honestly, A, it makes more sense, and B, it is like very, very, very damaging to melee characters if you have that.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Where are we at? Who did we just do?
Catarel.
Yep.
I scooted.
Okay. And you're not attacking?
No, I had to switch weapons. I switched my loadout.
Okay, so you changed to your melee weapon. Sounds good. All right, Matthew Bain, you're up.
All right, we're about to get a little weird, Gore. So help me go through this.
Oh no. Oh
I
no.
love weird.
I
Weird is
have
always a good thing.
I have a spell that has an ingredient of a vial of blood. I am bleeding. I have empty vials. It takes a half action to cast the spell. Can I use my other half action to pour blood into it from my own body? Because I'm bleeding?
Do you technically even have to use the vial? Isn't that just a measurement?
Well, it's an ingredient that makes the spellcasting number lower, which makes my chances better. And it's gonna take. I need it. Like,
Well, I mean, my argument
Otherwise,
is that
if-
would you need to take an action to put blood in the vial?
I don't think it'll take an action to put blood in the vial. I think half an action.
well, that's why I was asking.
Yeah.
Because it's a vial of blood is what it.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got an open wound, as half an action, do I think you could snatch a vial out of your purse, pop the top, and stick it where the wound is so that you draw blood? That's an action. Then
Okay.
could you say something and hold it up in your other hand? Yeah, I'll buy that.
Okay. Because it's a half action to do that and half action to cast a spell.
Yeah.
I can't channel at the same time. it's going to be a hard. I mean,
Gotcha, Beta.
the odds are against me. So
No, I appreciate that you did beta DM, because if there are any rules lawyers in there, they'll be like, oh, I'm page 130, so you can't do that. But that's exactly right. Okay.
oh, it succeeds. Okay. Oh,
Alrighty. Yes.
steal life.
All right, you suck the life essence of a foe within 12 yards. Basically, it does 7 points of head damage. Which one are you targeting? The one on the floor? Or this one? They're within 12 yards of you, so honestly, I mean,
Yeah.
you can see either one of these. I would let either one of those be your target.
Okay. I mean, this one's on the floor, kind of useless, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's.
Mhm.
All right. So I would turn to the one attacking Catarol because we need to
Okay.
get them lower. So 7 head damage to his head, just sucking life.
7
out.
head damage to his head.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Yep. So basically, he takes 3 wounds.
No, it's 7. It's the bonus armor or.
Oh
doesn't
no, that's
count.
right. That's right, because it's a spell. It ignores toughness and armor.
All 7, baby.
Yeah, so he takes all 7. You are 100% right. And the good news is,
I take 7. Help.
you get 7 health. You are
Feel a
healed.
little-
You're healed as many as you take. If you want to take 7 damage, you can. But
I'm afraid I got some bad news, guys. Matthew Bain is evil.
I know it's just like, all of us are
There are no
instantly now
alignments in
nervous
Warhammer.
here.
It's
Are you
all just,
left-handed?
Yes. No.
I'm just ready for him to do
Yes.
something like that and roll
Points
some
with
doubles.
left hand.
All right, Matthew
Right,
Bain.
yeah.
Good job. Oldette.
I mean, old Dad really wants to be a witch hunter, so this is dangerous now. Old Dad wants to shoot this guy again in the face. That might accidentally be the left arm again, but who knows?
It's a good
It's
spell.
okay.
And I aimed last round, so I get a +10.
Oh, hold on, though. Hold on.
What? Don't scare me.
No. He gets a willpower roll. He gets
Yes.
a willpower save, if I remember right.
Isn't there
I will hold.
unless a successful willpower test
Yes,
is made.
thought so.
Oh.
Thought so.
Yeah.
It's okay. Their willpower is terrible. It's only 25.
Yeah, you say that now, then you're gonna fucking roll.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
close.
Okay, so
Alrighty.
can I make my shot?
Yep. Go
Take the
ahead.
shot.
Sorry.
That's okay. Yes, in the face.
Yeah, nice shot.
Yeah.
Okay, damn it.
This is the one that's on 0, right?
That's right.
That is a 8-point head crit. I don't fancy his chances.
8 points.
Yeah.
8 head crit. Mythical Paladin. Yeah. That's the whole point. It does get the willpower save, so that's what makes it not be completely OP, because it is a badass spell otherwise. A 72. His face is shattered as he is knocked to the ground. Character is now considered helpless. Blood loss is such that he has a 20% chance of dying.
I'm reloading as well.
Okay. So let me give these some owie tokens so I know that they're potentially
Ouchie.
bleeding to death. Okay. And it is now their turn. So let me roll for the first bleeding to death guy. 20% or lower, and he snuffs it. Nope. Second bleeding to death guy. 20% or lower. Nope. Okay. Still alive. Alrighty. Then this one on the back here. Oh, actually, no. Before I roll them, I need to roll your 2 peasants, right? So,
Oh, yeah, that's
so we
right.
got the dad with a 33 weapon skill. Nope. And we got the mom with a 25 weapon skill. Nope. Okay. So now we'll roll them. Okay, so Aldette, your one attacks you. He will
Oh.
hit.
Bring it on.
And he
Scared
will,
him.
his blow will strike you in the body.
Okay.
Or... Oh,
I'm a little bit scared.
8. You're
All
still
right,
up.
4.
You're still
4
up.
damage.
It all hurts, but you're still up and running. Okay. Next one attacks the father. Missed. Catarel. Missed.
Okay.
And that's all of them.
All right.
Which means Bertilda is up.
A move away from killing somebody again.
So is I cannot see you guys. So is this creature with a looks like it's trying to shove a sword up Cad's
This
horse?
one?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Is that a guy? Okay.
Yeah,
it's a
that
guy.
one's alive. Yeah, you're like just trying to pick out the shadows because.
Nice.
Oh, okay, yep. You move over, hit him in the right arm for.
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. Tra-la-la. Okay.
Attack again though. No, because you
No,
moved.
because you moved.
Yeah, I
You
moved.
could reroll the damage.
All right. You could re-roll the damage if you wanted to.
It's a guaranteed hit. At that
Go ahead
point.
and re-roll the damage.
Yeah, you already
I'm not
took
gonna
7.
sleep after too long.
Right?
Yeah, he's taken
You already
7.
took 7, and if you do a good job,
9.
that's better.
Okay.
So now he took 4.
that's significant.
That
more
means he has a
damage than
wound
0.
left. 1 wound.
Ooh.
There you go. There's your chance again, Matthew Bain. I'll hold him down for you.
Okay. So yeah, top of the round. Catarel.
Okay, I got a hand axe. It's not going to do anything, but I have a shield now that might do something eventually.
Might at least might get you not killed.
Mhm.
Give you that parry. Okay. Which one you want to attack?
The
The
one,
one that's hacking at you and has just been bashed by.
yeah, I've got
Matilda?
absolute faith in old.
Or
Dad,
this
so,
one that's trying to hack up the old dude.
Yeah, I don't want that one to kill Oldette when it's done killing the dude. So I'm gonna hit the guy attacking the dude.
I might have missed the attack on the woman. If I did, oh well.
Okay, we got,
We'll just say that he had to duck and dodge and was scared by the flames for a second.
we got a miss with my little baby elf boy axe.
Little baby elf boy axe. Okay, yep. In that case, it is Matthew Bain.
I'm gonna try to take out the one right in front of Bertilda. So channel first, succeed, do a basic little magic darty, and
I like it when you cast big spells.
I do too. But I'm
Because you know,
trying
you can roll
to-
doubles
Susan, I
then.
cannot lie.
You can roll doubles then.
I know. So I'm only rolling with the 1.
I
I'm
know,
not
you
rolling
coward.
the 2.
That's
Yo,
I know
wussy.
you like it. That's why I'm.
Well, now that I'm not out of like, I have a
Yeah,
chance
wussy.
to live, right? So, all right, left arm for 10.
Alrighty, with a magic dart.
Got to make the sound effect.
What was he on?
He was on like something.
He was down to 1. Okay, so arm is 5, so it's 5 less the 1 is a 4 crit, sir.
Yeah.
So right arm for crit.
Yes. His hand is turned into a bloody ruin. Yep, another one for the 20% club. There you are, 20%er. Okay. Aldette.
I can aim and shoot.
You can.
We like
I'm
that.
gonna do it.
We love that.
Ta-da!
Yeah, the 20% club. It's a club you don't ever want to be in.
Oh, I missed this one. Can I reroll that? I'm gonna reroll that.
Okay. If you got a point, go ahead.
I haven't used any of my points yet.
Matthew Bain's like, can I borrow one?
Yes!
Yeah, it was worth it. It
Yay!
was worth it. It's always good when you re-roll a point and it pays off, right? Okay, you plug him in the right arm. 4, 8. Okay, that'll do 3.
Not a lot. But you know, maybe it'll be
It's a
like,
start.
hey, focus on me now.
Right. Okie dokie. And it is now their turn. Okay, the one on the back of the cart swats at Mommy. Oh, and he's gonna hit her.
Oh no!
Oh shit!
There she goes.
He
She
hits
already had
her
so many wounds of
in
light.
the 51, which is the left arm.
She hits him with the 50. He hits him with 50.
And she is going to take an ouchie of an 11.
Ah.
So 2. She is on a wound. No, she isn't, because she already took 3. She is on a... She just took a 2 crit. Okay. A 2 crit to the... What did I say? The arm. Alright, mama. A 53. That's kind of somewhere in the middle. Let's see. 53 to the arm. On a 2 crit. That is a 4. Okay. Well, her armor would be damaged, but she doesn't have any. So that's it. She kind of got away, but she's got away light with that, but she is on 0 wounds.
Nerve damage.
So she doesn't need to be hit again. Okay. 20% club. First one. Still alive. Second one. Still alive. Third one. Still alive. Okay. The one attacking Aldette.
Yeah, never died from that.
They've never died from that.
Misses. The one attacking the man. Misses. And that's all that's left is those 3. So it is Bertilda's turn.
You're a move away.
Oh, Emma? Oh, he's hurt.
He is. Him and him are. They're gonna die anyway. So you could rush up and take this one on.
Yeah, you see Cat.
They're in such a group that like I can't even see.
Well, and for
If you
chat,
zoom in a
because
lot,
we're
it
using
helps.
dynamic lighting, this is what she sees. Like, she can only
Nice.
see what she sees with her vision, right? So, her field of vision.
Damn.
All right, hit him in the head for 8. That's a good start.
They don't have head armor on, so it's a good spot to hit him.
Alrighty. He hadn't been hit yet, but he is now. So, all right. Back to the top. Catarel.
Gonna swing at that same guy.
Okay. I love how everyone's just leaving that horrible wench at the back of the cart for her own fate.
Well, actually,
I
yeah,
can't
no,
run.
She dies. She
So
dies.
she's got to fend for
no,
herself.
because
so I
Bertilda's
can,
here, and I have absolute faith in Bertilda. I'm gonna reassess. Yeah, no, I'd probably pull up at that point.
No,
That
don't let me
way.
talk you into it. Let her die. I
No,
don't
you're
care.
not. You're not. Because I've been thinking about. I originally moved my horse over so that I'd be able to pull the kid off the cart if the mom fell.
But
But seeing as
she's
she's
kind of
still
close to
standing-
doing.
Yeah, she's still barely standing there, and I have an opportunity to maybe swing at him from over here.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you were
Maybe.
high enough up on the horse to where you can melee attack him without having to climb on the cart. So
Yeah, so I'll do that.
get his
With my
attention.
little
Save
baby.
the
Oh,
cheerleader.
yeah.
Save the world. Save the obnoxious mom. Save the world.
Oh, I missed with my little baby elf boy axe.
Oh well, at least you got his attention.
Yeah.
All right, Matthew Bain, what you got in you?
I am using my move action to get over here,
Okay.
and I am going to try to conjure my scythe again.
Alrighty.
So I am going to
boy.
roll. I'm going to roll 2 so everyone can be happy.
Double, double. Say it with me. Double, double.
The doubles. I have no reroll, so I have to take it, and I will take it.
You don't have a choice.
That'll be fun.
Cast spells, they said.
Dark
It'll be
shit
fun,
happens.
they said.
Okay. 10 and a 3, so
You're
no.
okay. You got away with it. And you succeeded, so you have a scythe again.
For 2 rounds, yes, and that's all I could do because I moved and I cast.
There you go. Okay, good deal. Aldette.
I have to reload a name.
Okay. In that case, it's their turn. Now that there's another threat, he will take on that threat. So, Catarel, he will swipe at you. Barely missing. Right, 20%ers. Here's the first one. He has ceased to be. He bled to
got
death.
one.
We
We got
finally
one!
killed someone that way.
Finally got one.
A
next
whole
one.
freaking campaign of that and nothing.
Oh, you
Two
got a
in a row!
twofer. You got a twofer. 2 for 1 deal.
Okay, one more.
We've never
He
seen
bleeds
this
to death.
before.
And
on.
the last one. Oh!
Oh my
Oh
god!
my god, that's unheard
Somebody
of.
clip that
All
now.
3 of them bleed to death and
Keep
die
evidence.
this round. That's so good.
Yes.
So we get a fate point for that, right? Because
No.
it's like the no.
It's just-
No, you don't. But
That's amazing.
but
I've
it was
never
still
seen
cool
that.
to witness. That's what complaining gets you. Lesson
Keep
learned,
complaining.
right? Okay. Where are we at? Who's left alive? 2 of them. Okay, Aldette.
Bring it on.
That's a
I'm
hit.
scared of him.
He will hit you in the 40.
Okay,
The 40 is a left arm.
got it.
Not anymore,
And
you
for
know.
how much will he? How much will this puppy hit the Aldette? For 8.
Okay,
We on.
2.
Ooh.
I'm not down yet.
Nope, getting low.
I don't care.
This one probably is going to take on you. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to roll. When Aldette rolled, I forgot to roll for them. So let me roll for woman with torch.
Torch.
Woman with torch. Misses.
Don't they have one of those
Man
statues
with
in the-
spear. Misses. Okay, yeah, they're all but useless. Okay, Aldette. So we've done you. So this one will attack Bertilda. And he will miss. And that is all of them. So it is down to Bertilda again. You're in melee with this one already, so you may attack him 2 times if you wish.
Murder.
That'll hit. That's for 1.
God, Spook, you roll so well in this. It's insane.
And that hits again
Damn.
for none.
Oh, man.
Damn it. You're hitting, you're on target, you just need to put more oomph in. You work out a bit more, you know. Okay, Catarel.
I'm gonna have to continue my little combat game with this man. Maybe move up to be a little bit more up in his face at this point. Not have his attention. Little baby elf boy axe. Yeah.
Zerwolf, what's up? What are we fighting? Beastmen.
Aw.
Or what's left of them. They're kicking the crap out of Beastmen, in fact.
There's a little touch and go there for a bit.
It was a little spooky for a bit.
Yeah, but it started out a little rough, but they're getting the upper hand finally. Okay. Catarel, your little baby elf boy axe does not hit.
Yeah.
Matthew Bain, you have a glowy
Scythe.
purple-black scythe to use now in melee.
I'm using an all-out attack to get a plus 20% modifier on this guy in front of me
Okay.
because he's attacking my friend, and
Whoosh,
I miss.
and you buzz over the top of his head and miss. Okay, Aldette. You
I
loaded and aimed, so you can
am shooting.
plug him this turn.
That's right.
Line it up and let it go.
I'm ready.
God, it would have been so good. 42, not quite.
Nice.
Oh no, that is a hit for you, isn't it? With the
'Cause I aimed,
with your
yeah.
aim, yeah. Okay, plugged him in the right arm. He currently has 9 words. Ooh, and you know what that means?
For the Emperor!
We have a chance of Ulrich's Fury. You guys can't hear it, but every time Ulrich's Fury gets rolled now, a voice screams for the Emperor for chat.
Ooh.
You don't. You can hear it because it's been played through the bot. It's not being played through Roll20, but it does.
Oh, I didn't
Okay,
get it.
you don't get that, but you did still do a 13-point damage. So we take off that. Puts him down from 9 to 1. Not bad.
I'm gonna reload.
Okay.
Take that arrow out.
Now we have the woman with flaming torch hits.
Hell yeah.
Woman with flaming torch hits.
That's exactly it.
Yay!
She does a straight D10, but nothing.
Oh.
Never mind. Oh, you brute! Whack, whack. Okay. Merchant with spear misses. His wife is better in combat than he is. Go figure. She's there trying to valiantly fight for her son, and he is just up there poking around, doing nothing. Okay, Aldette.
Bitch him to death.
Let me think here. Yeah. Oh, what just happened? Oh, I teleported somebody. I didn't mean to. I teleported the dad. Let me get back up there, boy.
I'm sure he doesn't mind.
Tokens. There. Get back up there. Okay.
Everything's moved.
I'm moving everything back.
Goes like there.
Oh, they all moved.
Yeah,
I
the
see.
cart scooted, I think.
Cart scooted, yep. Let me move this cart. Okay. That'll close enough. Okie dokie.
Am I still on the cart?
No, I need to move the cart up a bit more.
I can move back. I just don't know where I am.
I just gotta get hold of the cart. There we go.
And I'd be like here.
No, everything moved up.
You can just move me onto it. I don't want to drop off the cart. I
No,
like
I'm
my
just
height
gonna
advantage.
I'm gonna reposition everybody real quick.
I like my height advantage on the cart, you know? Helps me not be intimidated by these beastmen.
Get out
The
of here,
source
kid.
of the bravery is the sudden height boost. Like I'm.
There we
tall
go.
now.
All right, we're back
Nothing
to where we
hurt
need to be. What did we just do? So she hit, he missed. Okay. So this one. Yeah, I think he is still going to be hitting Aldette because she's still the one that is doing the harm to him.
Bring it on. But not too much because I actually am hurt.
He missed.
Yes.
All right. This one obviously is going to do the same thing. He's going to take his attention to whatever it is that's causing him grief, which would be Bertilda. And he will miss. And last but not least, this one up here at Cad. And he will also miss. Okay, Bertilda, you're up.
We can all be winners.
Yeah.
So Nat, do you know who Zerwolf is in chat?
No?
You have played with him in real life.
Hi!
So now you just have to figure out which one it is.
Oh no. Don't put me on the spot. Hi.
So
Can I get a
Hi,
hint?
person I know.
Can I get a hint?
it's not Marcus. That narrows it down a little bit.
A little bit.
But yes, you have played with Zerwolf in real life around a real table, playing Warhammer no less. I'll let Zerwolf give you hints and see if you can get it from him.
I'm not gonna guess it. Let's just be honest here.
You might.
Just gonna start naming
see.
names.
Who are we up with? We've done.
I just went and missed.
Matilda missed
so it's back at
twice.
the
So
top.
back to Catterwell.
Oh, that's me. It's my turn. Little baby elf axe, go! Use axe attack.
Yay! Body shot! Little baby axe boy hits. You actually did it. You've grown up. You can now call him, instead of little baby elf boy axe, he can be slightly bigger baby elf boy axe.
Ooh.
Oh, nice damage though. Nice damage indeed.
I'm gonna change it to little toddler baby elf.
Yeah, he definitely needs killing. It's 11, so we take our 6. All right, puts him down to 6 wounds. All right, he's going. You're getting him. He'd been relatively unscathed. All he'd had to do was beat up the cart. So, Urban Geek Media, thank you for raiding us. Welcome to the show, and we appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Matthew Bain, you're up, buddy.
So the Reaping Scythe, when you cast it, it says it stays for 2 rounds. I can do a willpower to retain it
Yes.
for rounds after. Does that also include the round it's successfully cast? Like, does that count as one of the 2
No,
rounds?
because you don't get to attack with it that turn.
I mean, it is a half action, so technically you would. I mean, you could summon it. So that's why I asked.
No,
'cause-
no, it doesn't count the round that you cast it because it's 2 rounds. That would be like
kind of.
it's 2
yeah.
rounds from once it is cast, right? So the spell is
Okay.
cast, then you get 2 rounds with it. So you
Okay.
2
okay,
full
so-
rounds with it being in action.
So this is the second round of it being in action. I'm doing an all-out attack because I need that modifier.
That's it. Because
I'm like-
otherwise, technically,
I'm like
you
all
cast
dead
it, you get to
otherwise.
attack once and it's gone, right? It's a good hit though to the body. With
Hey,
a
look at
reaping
the elves
scythe, how much?
carrying all the weight.
Ooh, that's
14.
smart. And he has a wound. Yeah, that's a 10 crit to the gut. Don't
Oh.
fancy his chances.
I've been there before. That's fun.
To the body.
If you
He
roll
says-
like 91 or higher, I think he can survive it. Other than that, he's done. Nope, severe internal organs are ruptured by the violence of the blow, causing death in a matter of seconds.
I like to think I just slice him in half with a side sword.
Good enough.
Okay.
Sounds good to me. All right, Aldette.
Okay.
You got one on the back of the car and one over on the left side doing battle with... They're both in melee now.
Okay. Did I aim last turn? I think. Am I? Or did I reload last turn?
You
That's my
reloaded
question.
last turn, so you can aim
So
and
I
shoot
can
this time.
aim and shoot. Okay.
So that's
that
just a
puts me at
minus
negative
10 into melee, yep.
Okay. I will shoot the one to my left. Is that the direction?
Yep.
Okay. Making sure I understood the directions here.
Yeah, be your left.
Yes, my left. Missed.
Okay. Alrighty then. And let's see. So, woman with flaming torch misses. Man with spear misses. Okay. Their turn. Catarel, he attacks you on the back of the cart, and he will hit. But you do have your shield now, so you may attempt to parry, sir.
No!
Alrighty then.
Destroy me.
You attempted to... you haven't been hit yet. Come on. You'll live. In the head! Headshot. Okay. He belts you on the noggin for... Ow! 12. You hadn't been hit, but they're making up for it now, apparently.
So I take 3 off of that. That's 9. And I have... I'm down to 2 wounds.
Ow! That was a hard one. Okay, the other one is attacking Bertilda. Lunging forward with his weapon, he is going to miss, albeit slightly. And that leaves him at the mercy of Bertilda with his 7 current wounds.
Nice.
Oh, good shot in the body.
Oh.
And you know what that means?
For the Emperor!
Nicely done.
Get it. Get it.
Make it happen.
You know it's open-ended, you can do it again. Well, you got it, only for 2, but it still gives him 16. Is a 5 crit to the gut. Severe internal organs are ruptured by the violence of the blow. He is done. Alright, leaving one little beastman on the back of the cart.
I'll scratch a little scratch in the hilt of my sword.
Another notch on the old sword hilt. Alright, Cad, it's you and Beastman.
I'm probably not thinking too straight, but I'm just gonna keep swinging
Let him have it.
with my little toddler baby elf.
Oh, you hit him
axe.
again!
Yes!
Come on, chopping
growing
him
up
up,
so
chopping him up.
fast.
Hey, your little baby axe thing might not hit very often, but it hits hard.
That's a toddler.
That's a 5. He's down to 1 wound. You could probably beat this guy in melee combat the way it's going.
I'm
You
gonna
might
name
not,
it
but you can
mid-toddler baby elf boy axe.
Little toddler baby elf boy axe. Okay, needs to be upgraded now to medium toddler baby elf boy.
Yeah, mid-toddler is where
Okay,
I'm at right now.
Matthew Bain. Now you would have to cast willpower or use a willpower if you wanted to keep your side up.
Correct. And if I got over here, could I try to swing at the thing or would that be too risky in a not angle? I mean,
No, it's
If
a
I
side.
succeed.
It's huge. It's long. You can hit him.
okay, so I will try to concentrate. So willpower.
All right, roll your willpower, and you succeed.
All right.
So you get to keep it up.
The odds of this
Wish
last
it was that
hitting-
easy in real life. All you had to do is use your willpower to keep it up.
This is a low chance. But I'm gonna...
I caught that.
You got it.
Way cheaper than Viagra.
Only for 7.
Well, but that's 2. He was on 1. That's a -1, so that is a 1 crit to the body.
I'll wind him for you, Cad. You'll get the killing blow. All right.
You broke a rib. Giving him a 10% weapon skill penalty. Which
That
means
could
he's
save
now
my
got a weapon
life.
skill of 30.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Could do. We'll see. Alrighty. Aldette.
Okay. So it's a long shot, but I'm just gonna like reload and shoot.
Alright, so spin around and just try to plug him.
Yeah.
Oh,
At a
that's going-
-20.
You're going for the kill steal, huh?
I am.
Go
Go for the kill steal.
Absolutely, I
Go for the
am.
kill steal.
Charlatan at it again.
Oh, dang it.
No. Sorry, no. Alright. They go on Aldette's turn. Mama with the... You know, if she's... Oh, I was going to say she could kill steal it, but she missed. Dad's not going to bother. He's going to just grab hold of the son and check him. Are you alright, boy? Are you alright?
I think he's still alive.
And the last one is this one, who is going to spit on the ground defiantly and then leap to attack Cadorel and miss. Probably the last thing he'll ever do. Bertilda.
So I'm coming up the side. I'm coming after him.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the move. You can either climb up on the cart for half your move or run around the back. Either way, you could get to him. You still get an attack. This poor little beast man.
Nah.
Poor little beast man. Alrighty, Cadorel, it's you. You can finish the job. Finish the job you
Maybe.
started, boy.
Let's see if we can get this little baby to grow. Come on.
It hits him!
Yay!
Damn, boy.
Come
He's on
on.
0. Come on, get some wounds in.
Come on. Any amount of damage.
No, not enough. Not enough. Sorry, no
I'm
wounds.
demoting it to useless toddler baby elf boy axe.
Hey, you've been doing pretty good with that. You've actually hit more with the axe than you did with the bow this turn, or this combat. Alright, Matthew Bain.
About the same.
Willpower to keep it.
It's still
and
up.
then an all-out attack. Because I mean, willpower to keep it. Does that not take any actions, right? I mean, that's just me.
That's a good question. I don't think it does take an action.
Okay, because it didn't
Even
say
if it
took an
does, I'm not going to look it up right now and say that it doesn't. I'll look it up later. Yep, this could be a decapitation. Yeah,
Yes, this could be
that's a 9
decapitation.
crit to the head.
action. Okay.
Head's coming off with a scythe.
9 crit, you say? I mean, yeah. Yeah, I cut his head off.
Yes, locked his head clean off. Good job.
I'm just gonna Spartan kick his body off the back.
Okay. This is Carter! Sorry.
Nice.
Okay, guys.
Nice.
So the
that
horse
was a
is
good
dead.
pun. That was a good pun, Gore. Nice.
Alrighty, yep, you kick him off the back of the cart. All of you breathing heavy after a long, arduous battle. But you did indeed succeed and won the day. The woman is hurt and injured, but not fatally. The man is also injured, but he'll live. And
It's fine. Horse is dead.
I think everybody else, a couple of you are also pretty badly wounded, but none of you are close to death, which is a good thing.
Well, that's
Adderall.
just covered in blood, guys. Whenever you found her, after ignoring me
Most
for
of it's
so
not
long.
hers.
Yeah.
The horse is dead too, which is not good.
The horse is dead, the cart's
and you
broke.
got one broken cart wheel, so this cart ain't going nowhere fast. Unless you want to somehow fix the cart and then shackle everything up to Cadorel's riding horse.
I mean, we could make a wheelbarrow out of it if we cut off the whole back end of the cart. But that would take a while just to break it out. It'd be more efficient to just leave it.
But nonetheless, you were victorious this day. Okay.
I imagine we should
Tilt is way slower than that horse, Beta. We might as well just walk. We'll get there faster.
Yeah, no, we'll I'll let the mom and child ride on my horse and like.
I
Just
thought you were
lead
gonna
them.
say pull the cart. I'm like, I'm okay with that.
I'll lead my nameless horse with them on it.
We should be done. It's kind of like
Yeah, we gotta.
past the-
Yeah, it's like post
It's
midnight.
late.
Yeah. Hey, well, so before we wrap up for this evening, what is the game plan? Do you wish to attempt to salvage the cart, or do you all want to say we would rather just get out of here and try to
I mean,
hoof
what
it
even was
to
the
town?
purpose of the cart? Was it just to carry us?
I mean, it has a lot of their possessions and stuff on.
Oh, so they were
Yeah,
moving.
there's a lot of
Sorry, guys.
supplies. I mean, if we get to town, it's gonna be like a 2 hour, maybe an hour and a half walking speed to get to
I mean,
town.
we
and
might
get
could-
help.
Yeah, we might could just come back
I
for
could
it.
ride ahead with, say, like the dying mom, and get her to town in safety, and then get help and come back.
You could do that.
So walking to town is 2 hours, you say? I mean, or is that with
He said it was about an hour on the cart, so at a casual stroll it'll be about 2 hours, but I mean, if y'all hoof it, you could do it quicker for sure.
Well, here's the thing. Will we be able to? Because she's injured, like
Well,
with her
if
leg.
he puts her on the horse, then yes.
Oh, I missed that part. I was
Yeah.
thinking like we just leave her.
'Cause she could ride the horse, and I mean, y'all could just kind of like jog along as
Okay.
best you can.
And then we'll come back for the supplies afterward. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, they can grab a
Yeah, I mean-
handful of important things and leave the rest.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, that's what we'll do. Try to get out of here as soon as possible.
and then maybe
These
make
men
a
here
quick
for
run
bounties,
back
right?
once we get to town, if there's help.
For horns. Okay. We have a game plan. Well, that is a great place for us to stop for this evening. And you guys were here on the map. How far did you get? So yeah, you are basically here. You can't see it, so I'll move you onto it so you can. Alright, you guys are like here.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
So heading down to Malstedt, but you'll get there before it gets too late. Alrighty, well that's a great, as I said, that's a good place for us to wrap up this evening. We're way past on time, and that's okay. You know, we don't like to leave combat in the middle, so it went on a little longer than we originally planned, but we got through it. So
Don't feel too bad, Beta. She was kind of she was a lot.
He was kind of abusive.
okay, yeah, and for chat, they're like here on this map.
Is Altdorf on this map?
No, Altdorf is not on this map. This is only the Midland.
Yeah, there's a mark on the map for the road that goes to Altdorf.
I see it.
That was
Okay.
Middelheim. Let's see, where's the old world map? So if we zoom in on the old world map,
Guys, I can see my house from here.
right?
Or what used to be my house.
Don't run
Damn
over.
beastmen.
There you go. Yeah, so you guys are like here. And you gotta go to here. You're in day 3 of about a 10-day journey. Isn't it gonna be fun?
2 HP. It's super fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
So remember, with everybody can you basically will as long as you've got somebody that can administer a first aid roll for you guys, you can do some natural healing. But you gotta be on 3 or more to swig an elixir, which will heal you for 4. That rhymed.
I don't know if any of us can do medical.
Does anybody at all have first aid?
I
I
don't
would
think
love
so.
to have first
Oh,
aid.
and we got some donations coming in.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see. Damn, it is God's Hill. Thank you for that kind donation, good sir. We very much
Oh,
appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Is this the start of this series? Zerwolf? Yes, this is. They completed one campaign. They are all right at the start of their second career. And you are indeed tuning in to episode 1 of campaign 2 with these characters. As they make their way to Altdorf to search and find some chaos dagger that has got some a third of the essence of a very unpleasant son of corn in it. One of a chaos corn prince. So yeah, that's where we at. Alrighty. Well, that's appropriate because we're into Q&A. So if anybody else has got any questions, now's a good time to ask them.
Yes. Questions, comments, concerns.
I mean, I will just say, while questions are possibly being written,
Dude,
I was much
wanted you
more
to get a
scared. I was much more scared at the beginning of that fight when we were so outnumbered because I forgot how brutal everything was.
Yeah.
Well, you made the good tactical decision early on of realizing we cannot outrun them. They're going to run and shoot, run and shoot, run and shoot. And if we carry on like we are... So it was a very smart move to go ahead and just choose to hunker down and take them on in melee right then and there. I mean, that was the tactical choice. It definitely was. Because if you'd have carried on doing that for another 4 or 5 rounds, y'all could have been slowly but whittled down, and then you would have lost that melee fight. So that was a smart move.
Also leaving Oldette to deal with 4 at a time while we fought 1 at a time on the other side was probably the pro strat.
Do you know who that is now?
Destroyed
Matt?
the whole
No, I don't
thing.
think that was. I don't think I was in that campaign. I don't remember that at all.
I was telling someone about maybe that wasn't that campaign. Maybe
I don't think I was in that one.
But you have played with. I know. You have played with Nat before, right, Zerwolf? I feel like I'm sure you have.
And
Oh, that was the Laurie campaign. That's right. Yeah.
I mean,
And Matt.
so
Well, and Natalie's played with Matt.
I did like the. I mean, I'm grateful that nothing horrible came to Aldette because that was dodgy.
Yeah.
But she did have like 3 other target dummies that they were focusing.
That was with
Not-
whatever your girlfriend
Initially.
was at the time.
I mean, the horse and then the family that allowed us to whittle everyone on the right. To
the
get everyone
horse
on the left.
wasn't attacked by anyone on the left. The 4 on the left came straight at us. They didn't attack the horse.
Yeah.
It was the wheel, the back, and then 2 on me, or 1 on me, 1 on the.
no,
back.
they
Right.
attacked the horse first.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it wasn't the guys on the left. It was the guys on the right that attacked the horse.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. I mean, I was saying you held off longer than all of us could.
The action
except for
economy
Bertilda.
kind of worked out. A lot
I
of it
fully
was
expected
luck.
you guys to abandon me and go help Oldette, but y'all didn't.
You'd have done all right.
Okay.
Hell,
Well, that's the thing.
you
Is like
hardly got scathed in that fight. Gotta
I got
love
hit
that.
once.
Gotta love that plate mail.
I also got hit once. I almost died.
Yep.
I got hit like 4 times.
Junk farmer, can you? Well, it's
nothing.
basically there is tables that you roll on. Junk. So what happens is the way the tables work. You roll to see what happens. Doubles are worse than ones. Triples are worse than doubles, and it kind of goes up and up and up and up and up. But yeah, there's potential for lots of things to occur. Minor things can happen, like all liquids go sour or bad that are within like a mile, and stuff like that. But you can also get some really unpleasant things happen to you, or to the party in general, which is the sad part, because it doesn't always just punish you.
Yeah, if you roll doubles, you roll at the lowest like badness of percentile dice. But if you roll bad on that percentage chart, you go to the next tier and then further.
It potentially, even a
times.
double can still have the worst result, because you can roll yourself into the next worst table, and it can accumulate.
So ones mean the spell automatically fails, and I have to do a willpower test.
Or it gets an insanity.
I get an insanity point. If it's 2 ones, is it a willpower check at like a disadvantage or something? Or like
No, you have to make the willpower check
twice.
but you also have a double. So you
Right.
get the effects of the double, plus the fact that you've got 2 willpower checks, and you could lose 2
Those insanity points are going to build up, and then Shagget's going to be the big bad, and I'm going to have to kill him.
Which is a shame because, Spook, you were expecting us to help Odette. There's a reason why Matthew Bain went with you, and I'm going to be a pain in your butt for this entire campaign, I feel. Because Matthew Bain had his nose healed by Ulrich. Bertilda's an Ulrich follower. Yeah, he's kind of infatuated with that whole thing. So he's going where the Ulrichian goes,
So
right?
for everybody, so if you're watching, he has 5 insanity points. When he gets to 6 or more, he has to make a willpower test. If he succeeds, nothing happens until the next time. And it continues from then on. But eventually, he will fail. And what happens is the next additional insanity point that he gets, when a test is failed, he develops a disorder. He loses 6 insanity points, but he gets a permanent disorder. Which can be all kinds of very unpleasant things. From body rot to depression to being terrified of whatever pushed him over the edge.
Depression. That's where I got it from. My willpower check.
To becoming gloriously corrupted. I mean, it's not a fun
gloriously.
thing. Yep.
And the problem with insanity is you don't just get it from rolling ones and failing a willpower check. You also get it from events. Like if something bad happens in the world, Gorbad will say, "Roll this," and if you fail,
there
you
are
get a
chances,
point.
and you have to make willpower checks and failing willpower checks.
Because the world is a mean and cruel place.
That's it. But yeah,
Grew a demon tail.
Yeah, lots of. I mean, cause there's just so many things that can happen from that. That's more like the chaos mutation thing. He grew a demon tail.
Is that something like what we did at the beginning?
That's kind of like how Shagget grew a pig's nose.
Whatever it was we rolled at the beginning.
But yeah, no, that was your fate and your fortune and stuff.
Oh, I see.
And your doom.
Poor Shagget, you got pockmarks. What did everybody else get?
Well, I took pockmarks at the beginning when I created my character so I can get an extra boon, right? That
right, but like I thought we rolled for that.
We all did, yeah.
I rolled pockmarks.
Everybody rolled to have a distinguishing characteristic.
That was it. Yeah.
And you got a free 100-point advancement if you took one.
And I think we all did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody did.
Let's see. What was Odette's?
Nose ring.
Mine too.
She got off real. A couple of you got off really light and just had
yeah,
nose
we got
rings.
nose rings. I think Kat
okay.
got
I take
earring.
it out, throw it away. Bing.
Yeah, I have a fascination for earrings, which I haven't.
We all got
really...
piercings, and Shaggy got pockmarks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. They all got piercings, and Shaggy got a failed tattoo. But that's what he gets for going to a crappy tattoo parlor.
Yeah.
There we go.
I went to the tattoo parlor and they gave me leprosy.
That's right, Zerwolf, I remember, yeah.
Hate it when that happens.
Hate it when that happens.
But no, fun. All right, any more questions, guys? If not, we're out of here.
I think we rolled for that.
Everybody rolled to see if they picked up an insanity
we were good.
point.
That's not the craziest thing we've ever seen.
No, it's just not.
I just want to point out I didn't have to roll because I just was like, no, I'm not going back. Forget it. You're on your own.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, we're getting out of here. So thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you again Monday for the continuation of A Relative Curse of Strahd. And everybody have a great weekend. Once again, thank you for our subs. Thank you for our resubs. Thank you to everybody that followed. Thank you, Dummies Gunhill, for that kind donation there at the end. We've had fun. Hope you guys did too. And we'll see you again real soon. Bye, y'all.
Bye.